Spurs preseason schedule was announced today. They're going to open things up on October 7th inside the Frost Bank Center against Oklahoma City. Then they get the Magic at home October 9th, the Jazz on the 12th. They'll close things out on the road the 15th and 17th against the Heat and the Rockets. U.S. Olympic team got a win last night, an exhibition win over Canada. Up next for the U.S., they play Australia in Dubai on Monday.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. It's a Thursday, and we could actually start the show with Survivor today because we both survived getting to work today.
How did we? What did you survive?
Well, I was next to a car accident this morning.
You were?
I was.
Wow.
And you were just telling me. Well, for me, it was no big deal because they didn't hit my car, just the car next to it. But you also were just saying that some a-hole damn near wrecked your car today.
Well, yeah, some donkey that thinks he's a bad dude, and he's got one of those nice big Dodge Chargers. You know how those guys that drive those cars are.
Oh yeah, D-bags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's I guess getting impatient, wanting to pass this dude that he's in, and you hear this worm, and I'm like right behind him, so I slam on the brakes. If not, I would have traded paint with the dude.
Really? Traded
Yes.
paint?
Traded paint.
Well, why didn't you?
Well, because I didn't want to trade paint with the guy. His car was orange.
Oh,
That wouldn't have looked good.
are you sure?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Texas Longhorns, been a little orange and white.
See, that wouldn't look so bad on your car.
I guess so.
I mean, was it that color orange? Was it like General Lee orange,
Yeah, no,
burnt orange, Tennessee orange?
It was more of a Tennessee orange.
Yeah, that's
which would have
ugly.
been bad.
Yeah,
so I had to let that donkey go by, and
did you get half a peace sign?
No, I didn't. But I kind of give him the dude. What the hell?
Did you honk?
No.
All right.
But luckily, I saw him coming, and I knew what he was going to do, and kind of. So that's what happened. But yeah, close to an accident. It was on Wurzbach Parkway. For goodness sake,
our entire city is under construction. Everywhere you go, it feels like you're dealing with construction everywhere. And 1604 in Blanco, they have done such a great job of screwing up what was a pretty smooth running part of the highway. And I'm sure there's a reason, and at some point it will be finished and it will but their temporary thing is total crap. And quite frankly, dangerous as hell. I mean, I thought when they were maneuvering lanes and you weren't even sure what lane you were in, was bad enough. But what they've got going on now is you're on 1604 heading towards 281, where that on-ramp is. And it's 3 lanes, and then all of a sudden it's 2 lanes with not a whole lot of warning. And people, every day since they've made this change, there is just such a backup there. So if you get in the far left lane, you can kind of get by a lot of that because, where the 3 lanes become 2.
You just got to know it's coming.
You have to know what's coming.
Yeah.
Well, so today, I'm on the highway. I get in the left lane. I'm good. I'm cruising. You see the backup. And then all of a sudden, both lanes are coming. This car just is rolling and this hits the back of the other car. Crunch.
Just crunched him.
Yeah, I mean, we were all going 9 miles an hour.
Wow.
And he just rolled right into it. Crunch.
I'm sure that was a nice texting going on.
I don't know. I can't say that. I didn't see that. I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear the loud noise, and you're like, idiot. I mean, you're going nowhere.
Yeah, where are you going? It drives me insane.
Well, and clearly that was a situation where a guy either wasn't paying attention, foot wasn't really on the brake. Maybe he was. I don't know. But the guy that car that he hit, it was a very, very nice car. A Mercedes looking car, and it was a big truck that just kind of
wow.
And just watching at 9 miles an hour, the back end of that car, and maybe a scratch that could easily be buffed out on the bumper of that truck. Like, son of a
Well, the same thing.
I'm just glad it was not my car.
They got the same thing going the other way on 1604 toward I-10. Same deal, 3 lanes, and then with no warning, it cuts to 2, and it always backs up there as well. So I'll be happy when they get that done. Somebody told me, and I don't know, I have no reason to doubt them, but 2027, all of this work on 1604 is supposed to be done.
In 2027.
2027.
Do they not know that we're all aiming for the magical year of 2025?
I know. You try to tell people that.
Although that's really when the rebuild begins for the Spurs. So we'll see. But yeah, man, what a nightmare. And again, what I don't get is it was fine. Why did you screw it up?
I don't know. Or at least give somebody some warning, right?
Well, I mean, there's generally a little bit more of a, I don't know, ramp up or the gradual change. But there was never 3 lanes there. You made 3 lanes, and now all of a sudden, it's only 3 lanes for 248 feet, it feels like.
Well, see, that's a preview of what it's going to be, though.
Well, sure.
Right? There's going to be 3 or 4 lanes on either side.
I would hope.
It's going to be great.
What I want to know, I was in Wyoming not long ago. And what was that, 3 weeks ago, maybe?
Uh-huh.
And right before I went to Wyoming, a part of their highway just fell off into the, just fell. One of those big, from Wyoming over to Idaho, big highway just collapsed in the mountains. It just collapsed. And they already have that thing fixed. How? I mean, if you Google, do you know what I'm talking about with this highway? You're looking at me.
I have
strange.
no clue what the hell you're talking about.
Pledge, do you know what I'm talking about? Anybody out there?
Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about, as usual.
Well, that's not true. Google the highway that just collapsed in Wyoming going over to Idaho Falls. It's a major highway. It just collapsed. Part of the highway just fell off the side of the mountain. Gone. And inside of a month, it's fixed. Google image that, Pledge, so Joe Reinagle could see this. And if you're playing along at home, which I know you are, you could Google image as well. When you think about the highway, all right, great. There's video there. Well, you can play the video. You got to
go through the commercial first.
But you had 2 more seconds and you skip the ad. See, those are people that don't pay for the unskippable ads. So, I mean, it kind of goes there, but it fell. And about a month later, they have it all fixed and it's open again.
Oh, well, that's nice.
How in Wyoming are they able to get that fixed that fast? Especially when you see how bad the highway got. How did they get that fixed in an emergency situation?
Oh, wow. There's a big chunk out of it.
Yeah, like it fell down the mountain.
Yeah.
It's fixed now.
Well, good.
How can they do that? And we've got to deal with this until 2027?
Well, look, those guys need a job. They want a job have some security for another couple of years.
Just wait. By the time they're done, it's out of date and needs fixing again.
To be fixed again.
I mean, look at the highway.
Dude, I don't know how they did. They had to fill that in and
all of that work.
Wow.
And that was June 8th. And it's already back open.
Well, that's great. And I really don't give a damn because I that's their problem.
Well, and it didn't affect me on my trip. And I didn't go anywhere near that. But the idea that major road construction can be done in a hurry if needed, because that whole part of the highway just fell off the face of the earth.
Dude, they had to rebuild that mountain.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Wow.
But it's back open.
Well, that's good.
How?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I saw a picture the other day, road construction somewhere, and it's a 2014 picture, and a today picture, 2024, and it was the same thing.
Yeah.
It was the exact same picture, because that's how it feels. It says Wyoming Highway Mountain Pass reopens 3 weeks after landslide, according to the article that Pledge found from whatever channel he found it on. The Teton Pass connects Jackson, Wyoming with Victor, Idaho, and on the way over to, another big town in Idaho.
Are there a lot of big towns in Idaho? Well, I'm not a hoe, you the hoe.
Here we go. Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Look how pretty it looks now.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for them.
I'm just saying construction can be done in a hurry.
It can be, but it never is.
Not here.
Not in Texas, anyway.
Not here.
I'm going to tell you, the politicians or the department management people back in the day had no foresight of how big this city would get. None.
You're right.
No foresight.
We were always just going to be this little sleepy town.
I guess so. That's what they thought.
I mean,
and it didn't happen.
We're not built like, on a grid. It's some streets you got to take 2 lefts and a right just to stay on that same street.
Yeah,
it happens. And the idea of growth, everybody always talks about growth, but we're not planned for it. We have not. We have not.
Well, all I know is that highway construction people, if you're in that business, you're set. Job security.
You have it.
You will have it forever.
You have job security. That is for sure. The Spurs have announced their preseason schedule, and I know we all get excited about that, but we'll talk about it. But it's also a very special day in San Antonio.
It really is.
It really is a special day in San Antonio.
We should erect a statue to a certain coach in San Antonio.
Interesting.
Yeah. Don't you think?
Sure.
I think that's a great idea, Jim.
Is that a great idea,
yes,
Jim?
It is. Oh, that's a great idea, Jim. In stereo.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's appropriate. Right there at the Frostbank Center with a nice plaque explaining why that particular coach has a statue here in San Antonio.
And you're not talking about the coach that actually works here.
No, I'm talking about a different coach.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, although he was a player here in San Antonio at one time.
And at one time a broadcaster.
That's all of that is accurate, yes.
Lots of things with that guy.
Yes. Deserves a statue.
But his decision-making was to our benefit. We'll get into that coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. You want to watch a game, a fight, any big event with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, there's no better place at the Roo Pub. They're at 281 and Redland Road. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food, fantastic. I love the fried shrimp there. They have the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu. Great appetizers, great salads, I'm told. And that kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch any game, any big fight. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. To heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
I juggle a lot. And managing constipation with belly pain from my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, with laxatives and fiber isn't enough. My doctor recommended a way to get ahead of it. Then I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
This is it. Shop the Lowe's Closeout event to get up to 70% off select major appliances for your home. Plus, get up to 60% off select patio furniture and accessories for your outdoor spaces. So hurry into your local store today because these deals are too good to last. Shop them now before they're gone because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Are you distracted or what? What's going on over there?
What do you mean?
Well, you like kind of looking around.
Paused a little bit?
Yeah. And
seeing what's going on?
Looking around. He's, what's your name?
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Dude, I hear from a very reliable source within the building. You're walking around telling everybody how handsome I am.
See, that's incorrect, sir.
That is a reliable source.
Well, and I can go bring that reliable source in here because she did come down to the office to clarify. You heard something, your ears perked, and you ran with it, and it's not true.
Why? I'm just going by what I was told.
You are a very handsome man.
Well, thank you, Jason.
But that's not what the conversation was. Ann Edwards, who works in our building here,
yes,
and has worked here for a long time.
Yeah, she was here when I was here the first time.
Yeah, me too. Back in the 90s, and you know, I'm not going to say I thought she was old then, but I was really young. So at any rate. She said something to you about handsome and then started to say, like Jason said. And you went, whoa, Jason said I was handsome. And you
that's what I heard.
Left the room.
Yeah.
So she wanted to clarify. Like Jason said, you are a big hit with women over 60. That's what she was trying to tell you.
Ann's over 60?
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knew?
I mean, she certainly hits your wheelhouse demographic.
Well, Ann is a very sweet person. So
she is. She's a lovely lady.
I take that with a lot of pride.
Love Ann.
Yes.
You know, but I think her kids are older than I am.
I don't know about that. Are they?
Pretty damn close. If they're not, no, she's not that old.
No.
You know, but
I'm not even going to venture to guess, but
I would probably say, I don't know, Pledge, will you go down the hall and ask how old Ann is? She isn't going to care. Oh, no, I think she's at the age where you're proud that you're still, no, no,
she's probably in her
7.
I'm smarter than that.
You're really not. You've proven it over and over again.
Well, I would sneak
in that respect.
Sneak into Morgan's office. You can ask her, and Ann will never know.
Well, And I think just go ask her. I mean,
you can ask her during the break.
She does not.
Yeah, Minix.
I'll text her.
There you go.
To give.
I'm not falling for that banana in the tailpipe. Exactly.
How
smart man, Pledge.
Are you? Sorry.
If you don't mind my asking.
I just texted her. How old are you?
You talk about a big donkey.
Yesterday, I taught her how to share a contact.
How to share a what?
Contact. On phones.
Oh, okay.
She was giving me a phone number and literally was writing it down. I was like, just send it to me through your phone. Can you text it? And she was like, well, there's so many numbers on here, including a fax number. And I didn't want so you don't have to send a fax number. When you get to this point, you just uncheck that and I'll just get the cell phone. It's good.
Do people still use fax machines?
Well, I don't know, but it's still in Ann's contact.
Okay, I got you.
For this particular person.
I bet I've got a bunch of phone numbers that I haven't called in years.
Well, that's how I am.
I don't even know if they still work or not.
Well, and it's weird because not to sound braggy, I got a ton of like Cowboy players phone numbers. I have no idea if they still work because it's been a couple years since I've reached out to them. So I don't know if they're still good or not, to be honest.
I've got some of those too.
But you never delete a number just in case you need it.
Well, right.
Right.
And then you go to use it and you realize it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It happens.
Well, especially for those people that, they have to change their number so often because people get it like you and bug the hell out of them.
Well, see, that's it. I don't abuse numbers, which those in that world understand. Like, I don't abuse numbers. So
sure,
they're good in sharing a contact.
Right. Yeah.
So it's one of those things. Anna is not texted back. Is she still sitting at her desk?
Probably very insulted right now.
She's fine. She's fine.
See, on that Jason Minix, what a donkey.
Nah, she knows me.
Exactly. That's why she's saying that.
She's sitting over there. Is she near her phone?
Is she crying?
She's not crying.
Is she crying?
Pledge, will you just go ask her? Just go ask her, will you respond to my text? You don't have to ask her how old she is. Can you say, hey, Jason texted you. Will you text him back?
Does she know how to do that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just asking. You get yourself in trouble there, buddy.
I'm not going to get myself in trouble.
You are.
No, because I love Ann. And the fact that I'm trying to figure something else because this was her conversation.
Right.
This was her conversation. And she said that she was in your wheelhouse demographic.
But yes.
But she also thought you were handsome before she made that wheelhouse.
Well, she did.
Right? So, I mean, but now you are a big hit. Anywhere we go, if we're at lunch and, somebody's walking up to the table, I know they have no idea who I am, and they watched Joe on television last night.
Every night. We watch you every night. Thank you very much. People are really nice, though. I love people. Most of them.
Ann responded, ha ha. So what?
Aha. What does that mean? Is that code for something?
Translate to.
Wow. You don't ask women how old they are. It doesn't matter how old they are. You don't ask them that.
I mean,
you don't do it.
I think there's a certain point where you can.
It's kind of like asking a woman if she's pregnant.
No,
you don't do that.
No,
right?
No,
you don't
no.
You can't.
You cannot do that. You cannot ask a woman if she's pregnant, because if you are wrong, if you are wrong,
I did that once, long time ago. I found out real quick that you don't do that. I'm like, oh, yeah, congratulations. How far along are you? I just got to stare. I'm not pregnant. Yeah. You talk about getting that donkey head on, feeling like a complete donkey.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never done it again.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was being nice.
Ann Edwards says she's 21 and a little bit.
There you go. Good for you, Ann.
Same principle as the pregnancy. You don't do it.
You don't ask.
I think at a certain point, You can ask a lady how old she is.
No.
No, you can. And
you can't.
Yeah, you really can.
Well, you just did, and now she thinks you're a complete ass.
No, I've worked with her for a long time.
Well, it doesn't matter.
She already knows this.
She knows you're an ass.
So she should not be surprised that I would ask.
Poor Ann.
She probably doesn't want me broadcasting it to the world, but
yeah,
I she's impressive. For any age.
She's a great lady. Yes,
and great at her job.
Did you? You didn't tell her she looked puffy, did you?
I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, that's Alex in our sales department that would ask our boss, hey, you look puffy today.
I can't take credit for that. That was Chris Orozco on our YouTube page who suggested that.
It's amazing what people remember.
Exactly. How is Morgan looking today? A little puffy?
No. Never. So you asked a woman or congratulated a woman?
I did. This was many years ago, back in my big time knucklehead days. But
so yesterday?
I just thought I was being nice. Oh, congratulations. How far along are you when you do something to that effect? And I got a death stare. And it was like, I'm not pregnant. And I'm like, oh.
Was it somebody you knew?
No, it was like a lady at the checkout place.
Did she know who you were?
No, this was back before I was who I am.
Oh, okay. Back before you were famous, Joe?
I just got started in that business. Yeah. See, those were good days because that's when Bill Taylor and I could go visit the 19th hole and nobody knew who the hell we were.
Exactly.
Yes, extremely.
Does she look puffy?
Yes.
And old. Puffy and old. Wow. That's insane.
I
will find out Ann's age.
Yeah. Well, somebody in there knows.
I mean, she'll tell me.
But again, probably when you're off the air.
But I think our audience wants to know now.
Oh, I don't think they give a damn.
Yeah. Do you think you're older or younger than Ann Edwards?
I think I'm younger.
You're younger?
Yes.
By a decade?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Could you have gone to high school with her?
No.
Okay.
That's just my guess, but I could be dead wrong. I've seen a lot of people look a hell of a lot older than me, and they're not.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So,
but at the same time, you have that benefit. You don't look as old as you really are.
Well, this is true.
But
which is why you think I'm handsome.
Again, I didn't say that. And Edwards said that.
Oh, she said you said it.
No.
That's all I'm going on.
No, she said, like Jason said, you're popular with the women over 60.
Well, I think she said, like Jason said, handsome.
She never said, I said you were handsome. She came and wanted me to clarify that she did not put those words in my mouth, and don't let that Ryan-acle try to put those words.
Ryan, we have to get Ryan, and he was witness to this conversation.
Ryan can come in the studio, and anybody of them can come back in.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I never actually said that, and Ann Edwards clarified.
It's okay.
She never
Jake.
said she said that.
It's 2024.
You're a handsome fella.
You think
you're a handsome
guy is
old
handsome?
man.
It's okay.
Well, I got no.
It's okay. It's
I'm
2024.
You're a good-looking guy. That's why you were on TV for years. Had nothing to do with your smarts. I mean,
I was damn good. I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, me neither.
Have made it 25 years, though. In this business, as you know, I take great pride in that.
Miguel wants to know if we have a picture so we can all guess her age. We're not doing that.
No.
We're not stupid. We're not stupid. Not that stupid.
Yeah, I think we are stupid, some of us. Unless she wants to volunteer that.
Well, I think she can volunteer it when we ask.
Well, obviously, she doesn't want to volunteer it. So you insulted her.
Again, I don't think she's insulted by it.
She's insulted. Her feelings are hurt.
I'm trying to tell the entire story here,
and
that's a part of the story. So
well, just say that I think it's safe to say that she is in the 60 and above crowd.
Would you say that she is the oldest person working in this building?
No.
So you think Lance has her?
What makes you think I was going to say Lance?
Well, he'd be the only other one in the race.
I think Lance is like, I don't know, 39. He looks great. He looks great.
Are you kidding? 30. He was there when the Aggies won their one championship in 1939. He was in the core.
By the way, in case you're listening, you don't know, Lance is the biggest boss in the radio station.
Yes.
So I will firmly kiss his behind. You look great, Lance.
Oh, he looks great Daddy. For his age.
Well, that's Daddy. Howdy. He is a big Aggie, too.
Howdy.
Aren't they all?
I guess they are.
Yes.
Right?
Good Lord.
Man, we're off to a roaring beginning.
What does that mean?
Insulting women
and elderly?
Yes, we may get fired now. We're insulting the boss.
We're not going to get fired.
We're not?
No.
Well, not for that anyway. You and I have been known to walk the line.
I don't know what you speak of.
Well, stay tuned and you'll find out.
All right. Let's talk about the important anniversary.
Yes.
We'll do that coming up. We'll find Ann Edwards' age here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday, a very special morning huddle. Did Caitlin Clark pull 3 ESPYs? Yeah, we're going to talk about that and so much more.
Including, was Angel Reese able to keep her incredible double-double streak alive? We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll start at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Before you fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Hi, Jason Minix here. Tri-County Meat Market has everything you need. If you're thinking steaks, you want some chicken, some poppers, beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, picanha, tri-tip. They've got it all at Tri-County Meat Market. Take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Heebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual back-to-school drive. Saturday, August 3rd from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-aged children, only while supplies last, so don't be late. Saturday, August 3rd from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by Las Palapas, ProStar Home Care Services, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the home of the Aggies, and this is Andrew Monaco. You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah, it's Thursday already. This week has kind of flown by, hasn't it?
It really has.
Yeah, it really has.
Which is good.
Oh,
I mean,
it is.
because we are so close to football season.
Oh,
we
man.
are so close to football season. And a month like this sometimes can drag.
It can. Yeah.
Because there's, you see the water at the end of the desert, it's like, all right, it's there and it just takes forever. And this month, this off season, as we get older, that tends to happen.
I know it does.
Things fly by as you get older. For the record, I do know Ann's age. She just told me. She also said, please don't broadcast.
Yes, don't
And Ann
do
is
that.
too nice.
Yes.
Although she had me figure it out with a clue.
With a clue.
With a clue.
All right.
Yes. A milestone year that was a big year for me and for her.
Okay.
Yeah. And she is not the oldest person in the building.
Okay.
And it is amazing she's doing what she is doing.
So who is? Is it Lance?
Well, it's got to be Lance. There's nobody else within spitting distance.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too.
No,
Spit on that thing.
No.
Oh, dude, that video you showed me yesterday was hilarious. Speaking of older women.
Stop. Oh, don't do that.
Oh, my goodness. So, it's a big day.
It's a milestone day that none of us really think about.
True.
But
we should.
We should, because it's one of those, there are certain days as Spurs fans we should celebrate. Now, I'm not sure, Pledge, how you found this piece of audio and why we're getting it from Michigan, a small TV station in Michigan. I'm guessing the San Antonio TV stations reported on this in the year 2000. I'm guessing, Joe, you probably reported on this.
I know I did.
But the only news report we could find, where is this from, Pledger?
WZZM.
And
Channel 13 ABC in Western Michigan.
Western Michigan.
Whatever that is. I mean, I don't even know what town. Is that like Kalamazoo? Is that, I don't know, whatever. But this is the milestone news reporting from Western Michigan on what is a big day in San Antonio.
The San Antonio Spurs were worried that Tim Duncan would head east and join Grant Hill in Orlando to play for the Magic, but Duncan has decided that he would rather stay with the Spurs. Duncan is passing on a 6-year, $67 million deal in Orlando to remain a Spur, and today he tried to explain why.
Orlando had a lot to offer. Went down there and had a good time and some great people down there. But I decided to stay here and keep going for another couple of years. And as we work it out and figure out what's going to happen, just hang around and play a little basketball.
Play a little basketball. First of all, first thing I noticed in the whole thing, 6 years, $67 million. I'm going, damn. That sounds awfully low now, doesn't it?
It's amazing what has changed in 24 years.
Yes.
You know who's really saying, damn, it's got to be Tim Duncan.
Exactly.
Right? 6 years, $67 million.
I don't blame you, Timmy, for turning that down.
July 11th of the year 2000.
Wow.
And that whole week, I mean, I think all of us can remember the fear.
Yes.
Because you go back and those memories just come right back of, you know, the jet skis and all the billboards they had in Orlando. And Doc Rivers, then coach of the Orlando Magic, had one rule. Well, he had more than one rule, but one rule that then Amy Duncan was like, well, screw that.
Yeah.
You know, take your 6 years and $67 million. Do I get to keep the jet ski? And shove it up your, yeah.
Well, people don't remember that he and Grant Hill were good friends.
Yeah.
I mean, Tim and
might still be.
Well, I'm sure they are, but I mean,
Yeah.
that was a big reason why everybody was so scared, because we thought Tim was going to, team up with Grant Hill down in Orlando. And by all accounts, from everything that I remember from back then and the sources that we had, it was all but a done deal. Timmy was going to Orlando. And then Doc, who denies it to this day, by the way, that he screwed that up. But yeah, it was that, and more so Amy, that didn't want to abide by those rules.
And there's so many stories, like, didn't David fly from Hawaii down to have a meeting with them? And I think one of the biggest fears of losing Tim to a place like Orlando is where he grew up, being on the water and all the things that Orlando offers, including being that much closer to home, but just living on the water and those kind of activities. I think there was legit fear, and whatever the actual reasons are, and I don't know at what point any
that
of
was
us
certainly a big part of
will
it.
truly know until, I don't know, everybody gets in a room and sits down. But we were that close. And and you kind of think about when with the new building and the facilities and everything that goes along, and all the championship laters. I mean, if he would have left for Orlando, who knows where this franchise would be right now?
Well, it might only have one championship instead of 5.
True.
It's very, very possible that would have happened, because you think about it. I mean, that was pre-Tony Parker, pre-Monte Ginobili. I mean, it would have changed the entire course of the San Antonio Spurs franchise. They would have had to rebuild, basically, if Duncan leaves, because David Robinson was, getting a little long in the tooth. And so it would have changed everything. So that's why I suggest, and I want to put it out there right now, that Doc Rivers ought to have a statue erected at the Frost Bank Center with a nice plaque explaining to everybody how he changed the course of the San Antonio Spurs franchise.
Now, let's not get carried away.
No, let's get carried away.
I don't know that he needs a statue. But there should be a plaque. When you talk about the history of the Spurs, and when they build the new Wemby Center downtown in the cool little park, or maybe they could do something over at Victory Capital, there should be statues of some legendary Spurs all over this town. I mean, Timmy should have one. Pop will get one. Red McComb should have one. I should have one. I mean, there are David. I mean, there are statues that could be all over the place. And once they get out from the AT&T Frost Bank Center area, put them where people are going to see them and not just show up, go to the game and leave. When that gets done, that should be a part of it. But it would be cool to have a Spurs museum, if you will, with fun stories like that. Like when George Gervin was stashed in a hotel room.
Yeah.
When, the Duck River story, that like all these cool pieces of history, the whole deal with the Maloof brothers and how close that really was.
Yes.
It would be, and I don't know. I mean,
wow, I thought about that in a long time.
Does Buck Harvey write a book at some point with some of that history? I just think, there's as we all get older, and at some point before the history is gone, we need to have all this stuff so well documented.
I totally agree, and there's a lot of history to this franchise, and how close. And it's not just the Spurs franchise. You probably have stories like that for a lot of franchises that came that close to losing somebody that has put them over the edge and done what they've done. But Tim Duncan, look, listen, and I hope people that are just becoming Spurs fans or maybe don't even remember the greatness of Tim Duncan. I saw on Twitter yesterday. Somebody had put that up saying, OMG, people don't remember the greatness of number 21. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't remember or if you didn't get a chance to watch Tim Duncan play, go watch the videos. The man was just automatic. He was a machine.
You talk about getting older and you think about what Tim was. What, quite frankly, Manu. Especially in the early days when he had all the hair, the stuff that Tony Parker went through.
Yep.
Even going back, those teams in the 90s that were always so close. Those early to mid 90s teams, when Bob Hill was there, the Dennis Rodman years. I mean, there was so much a part of this franchise that people have no idea. And, we all put things, events, kind of our timestamps in our memory. And I think about like my kid who will turn 26 this year. In Erica's life, she was born in 1998. She was a baby. And I've got photos of her when that plane landed in 99. She's a baby, out there. And, she went through high school and never knew the Spurs not to be a playoff team.
Exactly right.
Right?
Yeah.
And in that same time frame, she's never seen the Dallas Cowboys get to an NFC championship game. I mean, think about that. Think about that. Let alone win a Super Bowl, right? And I think about when I was growing up. I don't have memories per se of watching Roger play, but the legend, Drew Pearson. Those were who you were playing street football. But I went through the Danny White years, and then of course Troy Aikman. In my late teens, early 20s, and my Cowboys, that when in my wheelhouse, and it's funny how we timestamp stuff, but also, I mean, how long has Tim been retired?
What, about 8 years now, right?
And so when you think about, we're 7 years without a playoff win.
Yeah,
there are people that are graduating high school soon that have never experienced a great Spurs playoff run.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is nuts.
Well, what, 24? That was 10 years ago. I mean, my goodness, 10 years ago. I just hope, look, if you don't remember Tim Duncan, you need to go educate yourself, because this man was just, to me, the greatest power forward that ever played the game. And I will go to my grave saying that. He is that special. And it was just so much fun to watch him play ball, and how privileged we were, you and I, to be able to be as close as we were to that franchise for all those years and watch Tim perform his magic. It was spectacular.
And in reality, if we're all being honest with ourselves, I don't know if we appreciated the greatness in the moment.
Yeah.
I think the 2013, 2014, even 2012, when we were up 2-0 against Oklahoma City in the Western Conference Finals, I think there was a lot more appreciation for what we were watching then than say 03, 05, 07, because it was just a ho-hum Tim Duncan with another double-double. I mean, and just because the way he played, Kobe goes out and scores 40 or 50 in the wow factor. Timmy, it's like, has he done anything today? Oh, look at that, 23 and 18. Because
Exactly right.
that's what Tim did.
Yeah.
It was just but later you appreciate it, and long after you really appreciate thinking back. So hopefully, as Wemby develops into a championship caliber player, you appreciate it a little bit more along the ride, not just looking back. And I think Spurs fans and NBA fans have taken to Wemby in that way, because we've seen greatness, and we had greatness. Now we're seeing the potential of greatness.
Yep.
And I think that's why last year's team seemingly got such a pass, where the team sucked, but Wemby was great. And as fans, we were okay with that. It wasn't so much what was the final score, it's how did Wemby do? Because I think as longtime Spurs fans that have gone through this drought appreciate what Wemby's greatness is a little bit more than maybe we did Tim Duncan, because we've been without it for so long.
It could very well be right. Now he just has to find his Tony and Manu, and hopefully the Spurs will find that either through the draft and maybe they have already. Maybe a Devin Vassell turns into one of those guys, or a Stephon Castle turns into one of those guys. We'll see what happens. But man, I love talking about Tim Duncan, because in my mind there's nobody better.
And I do think the Spurs, and we could have some fun talking about this. I've been on record many times saying I think it's the Spurs standard for retiring jerseys is too lenient.
Yes.
I think there are too many retired jerseys. But at the same time, I do think there could be a Spurs Hall of Fame, or, Hall of Honor, where a lot of guys could go in, because there are guys that you can't tell the history of this franchise without including them, but do they measure up to having their jersey retired? And so I think coming up with a good Spurs Hall of Fame, or whatever you want to call it, would be a lot of fun. That, you're here, but up there is just for the greats.
We're not going to mention the ones that shouldn't be there, should we? Are we?
Which ones?
Well, I mean, I could probably name a few.
Like?
Well, I mean, I
like
Johnny Moore.
There you go. All right.
That's one.
And quite frankly, Avery, Bruce. I mean, to be honest, for me, Ice.
No, Ice has got to be there.
Yeah, Ice, David, Tim,
James Silas. You don't remember Silas?
I mean,
I don't really either, honestly. But.
I mean, Ice, Tony, Manu, Tim. I mean,
it'd be a lot smaller.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. No offense, Sean, but I mean,
Sean deserves to be.
The Memorial Day Miracle, biggest shot in franchise history, but retired.
Sure.
The jersey.
Yes. Yes, I think Sean should be there.
See, by my standard, no.
Becky,
just put up Becky Hammond for what?
For what?
Why would you retire her jersey?
It's already up there. I'm asking if you would keep it retired.
Well, she's retired for the Silver Stars, not the Spurs. That's completely different.
So in the rafters.
I mean, but we're talking about the Spurs, Pledge. I mean, hell, the Rodeo's got a bunch of Raptor banners up there too. They're not in the Spurs side. Any Rampage guys get their jerseys retired?
I don't think so. No. I don't remember seeing that.
Frank Pateo on YouTube says Sean will have a mic on his jersey when he retires. Well, see, Sean's, it's already up there.
He's up there already.
And again, from the kidney to the Memorial Day Miracle, but to me, that's borderline. Bruce, they don't win those championships without Bruce, but retired jersey type.
Well, and then you've got AJ for he hit the game winner in Madison Square Garden
for the first one,
right?
Yeah.
So look, you can make a case. There's a few that I could argue that should be there, but
again, Hall of Fame, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and then was that Big Hoss? He's just trying to be what do you call them? Donkeys? Kawhi should be in the Raptors one day.
Stop it. If that happens,
I mean, he helped us win a title.
I may have to, and he was an MVP, Finals MVP.
Mm-hmm.
He did that, but it's almost like
here we go.
It's almost like you're walking the old lady across the street, and then you leave her in the middle, and she gets run over. But that's kind of what happened. Maybe that's not the best analogy, but I'm just saying.
Really.
So he helped.
I see where you're going with that.
He helped, and then he blew up the franchise.
He did.
Because he was supposed to be the future of this franchise.
It was supposed to be.
And he blew it up. But as it turned out, I mean, glad he didn't stay, as it turned out. I mean, the guy doesn't play.
No.
So.
Although he plays more than we think he does.
He steals money. That's what he does. And apparently that whole thing wasn't Kawhi pulling out. It was the Olympics. Team USA and the Clippers said, no, we kind of need him to play for us.
Do you really buy that?
No.
Do you really buy that? I mean, everybody starts making the jokes, and if I send you a picture of Kawhi, that means I told you I was coming, but I'm not. That was Kawhi's camp telling the Clippers, you need to fall on this grenade for us.
Yeah, probably so.
Because you don't turn down your country.
I just look, and it's funny to me that the Clippers would make the decisions that they make when it comes to Kawhi and say, I don't know, a Paul George.
Well,
it's funny to me.
I just think if it were the Clippers' call, then that would have been made a long time ago, and not, hey, you showed up for practice and decide, I really don't want to spend my summer doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? If it's kind of like the All-American Bowl that I do every year in January, right? There is some players, they're college coaches. Because they're starting spring. Hey, man, you're not playing in an all-star game because I don't want you risking injury in that. And well in advance if they're going to be there or not. Nobody shows up the week of and says, I just got a call from my coach. He says I can't go. And because of that, with quarterbacks this year in that game, the best juniors are going to be able to come play.
They have no choice.
Because the best quarterbacks that are going D1, because they're all going D1 in that game, are already on campus.
Interesting.
So they've made that adjustment because that's typically that's been a problem, and they fixed it that way. So I'm not buying the Clippers made that call for Kawhi. I think the Clippers are just falling on the grenade for Kawhi because of the negative blowback after it was announced that he is quit on Team USA.
Couldn't happen to a better team. You're stuck with him and have fun.
Mm-hmm. It is the Blitz here on at 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Bill Belichick has a new job. We'll give you those details coming up here on the Blitz.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com. The Morning Huddle.
Post-shower helicopter is one of the great things in life.
So you don't helicopter in front of your wife?
Well, I do.
Okay.
The helicopter happens twice.
You want to make sure your propellers are long enough to get
make sure that
things up in the air. You have to prepare for takeoff.
Exactly right. There's a pre-flight ritual that we have to go through.
We call them checks.
So the pre-flight check, that's when the splatter occurs.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair? What do you mean? Does it not look good? It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret. No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic. Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous. I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month, and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at nordiciusa.com, Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
They say health is wealth, and I could not agree more. That's why if you or somebody in your life is living with everyday aches and pains, I want to tell you about Relief Factor. And I'm telling you, I can feel the difference. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. Naturally. Now that's a big deal. Developed by doctors. Relief Factor's unique formula of ingredients all work together to help support your body's response to inflammation. Instead of masking pain for a couple of hours, Relief Factor actually helps reduce or even eliminate your pain for good. Whether it's neck, back, joint, or muscle pain, if you're looking to feel better, live better, give Relief Factor a try. In 3 weeks, you will know if it's working because you'll feel it. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. I'll tell you what, I feel the difference every day. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Save on your first order. Don't let pain tell you how to live. Fight back naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Join Twin Peaks for every Copa America match today through July 14th. How will the U.S. fare against our neighbors to the south? Watch every game with 29-degree draft beers and wall-to-wall scenic views. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, and scenic views.
You know, living here in San Antonio and South Texas, a water softener is almost a requirement. The water is hard. You know this. It affects your appliances and all of that kind of stuff. And the best water softener to buy is a Connecticut quality water softener. Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. They're made in America, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Got a simple design, fewer moving parts, and the best thing about it is there's nothing to plug in. There won't be an increase in your electric bill. Connecticut quality water softeners are the best in the business, and right now they have got the best deal for you. Connecticut is going to let you try a quality water softener in your home for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Call them today. 656-PURE. That's 656-7873 or ConnecticutSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. Connecticut, the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
94.1. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Spurs preseason schedule was announced today. They're going to open things up October 7th inside the Frostbank Center against Oklahoma City. They get the Magic at home on the 9th and then the Jazz on the 12th. They'll close out the preseason on the road October 15th and 17th against the Heat and the Rockets. And UTSA has announced a partnership with the fast food burger chain Wendy's for UTSA Women's Athletics.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
For the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix on a Thursday afternoon.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're having a good one.
Getting close to the weekend.
Man, this week really has kind of flown by. It really has. It's already Thursday.
Already Thursday.
Wow. Well, that's good.
Tomorrow will be Friday.
I just doing a little calculation in my head.
Mm-hmm.
We leave for Oxnard in 2 weeks from Sunday.
Okay.
2 weeks.
2 weeks
from Sunday. Can't wait.
Is that accurate?
That's accurate. Look, you're checking me over here?
I am checking.
You're checking me?
I was checking.
Do you leave on the 28th?
We leave on the 28th.
That's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
You son of a... Man. Wow. You're fact-checking me over there.
Well, I mean, yes, I realize what I've done to myself because I'll be in New York this time next week.
Right.
So I'm gone and then here for a couple of days and then gone for a week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
I don't know that I factored that in much, but yeah.
Well, what does that matter?
Well, it does. And other than I thought I had more than a week less. Yeah. It's just all personal.
Yeah, it's personal stuff.
You know, yes. I book my work around vacation schedules.
Well, of course. Yes, that's what we do.
Well, it's like our boss was trying to like, hey, we need to schedule a meeting for, so we, and it's like, yeah, I can't be in New York.
Yeah.
You just got back. I'll be, what about I'll be, yeah, it happens.
Well, we're going to have that big meeting on Monday, aren't we?
Is it on Monday now?
It's on Monday now,
Okay.
Yeah. Talking about training camp.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Can't wait.
And it's because, we've got a new boss.
Yeah.
And AJ's new, but, AJ's just along for the ride, right? I mean, like he's going to figure, but, it's like, all right, what do we do? Well, we know what to do. We've done this a bunch of times, but the boss doesn't know what we're doing.
He just wants to be in the loop.
Yeah.
Bosses like to kind of think they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Is that what it is?
But of course, our boss does.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's genius.
Yes. They will all be his ideas. Thank God he's not like that boss.
Right. Exactly. Yes. Exactly right.
Like, hey, this is the way we're going to do it. Well, that doesn't work. Let's go back to what you guys have done before. Yeah, that works.
There's a rumor that we might see him out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hold your breath. Hold your breath. He'll get stuck in Bakersfield.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Time for the Headline Blitz. Lots of different stories going on. Vegas has always been a destination for all kinds of things.
Everything,
except for sports for so long.
Uh-huh.
And now that there's, NFL there and Major League Baseball is coming, they got NHL. And with gambling legal in most states and soon Texas, hopefully, Vegas has become the destination for big events like media days. Big 12 media days are going on. The Mountain West media days are going on at Circa Las Vegas. And the Pac-12 media days are going on. The Pac-12 media days, because, yes, there's still a Pac-12. There's two teams, one in Pullman, Washington, and another one in Corvallis. So you got Oregon State and you've got Washington State. And I guess their administrator said, you know what we need? We need a weekend in Vegas on the company dime, as opposed to just meeting at a Holiday Inn halfway in between. The Pac-12 media days are going on with their two teams.
I'm not exactly sure what that all entails, but I do know that they're encouraging drinking.
Well, yes, to a degree.
Since it is the Pac-2 now, the commission there's a commissioner, I think, or
she's a commissioner.
Says that this conference has earned the right to have a drink.
Yeah, Teresa Gold, who is the new Pac-2 commissioner.
She's new.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, who would take that job? Here, I'll do it.
Somebody that needed commissioner on their resume.
I guess so, man.
Right? So, you've got the Oregon State Beaver mascot and you got the Washington State Cougar mascot, and they're trying to do all the pomp and circumstance of every other real conference out there, right? And they're having their event and the press conference, and then she said, "We are drinking tonight. If anyone has earned the right to drink, it's the Pac-12 open bar, people."
Yeah, well, yeah, no doubt. And you got to wonder if I'm either one of those schools. I'm feeling pretty bad. My feelings are hurt. Everybody else is moving, and nobody wanted them. I mean, I'd be a little upset by that.
Well, I mean, it's understanding knowing who you are. And there was a time.
Explain that, will you?
There was a time, when, say, Texas go back years ago, was talking about going to the Pac-12.
Yes.
But they couldn't go without Texas Tech. And Texas Tech wasn't a fit. So there was a time where Washington couldn't move if they didn't take Washington State. Oregon couldn't move if they didn't take Oregon State. OU couldn't move if they didn't take Oklahoma State.
So Washington State can't move unless they take Oregon State?
Well, no, but I think now there's such a free-for-all, those kind of systems, when you're in those systems that you're, all right, it's a free-for-all. So the Pac-12.
I know.
I think the idea of what's happening with the Pac-12, and I'm glad they did a media day. Let's bring our players in.
So are the reporters from Oregon State and Washington State. Hey,
Yeah,
we get a free trip to Vegas.
Yes, on the company dime and an open bar because they've earned the right to drink. And so you look at it, they are being treated as if. So their experiences aren't whatever. But if the Pac-12 by name still alive, and the idea at some point will the Mountain West move up and become the new Pac-12? I don't know, but yeah, you're right. If you're at Wazoo or you're at Oregon State, you feel like you've been demoted.
Yes,
I mean, and you have in so many ways
You
because
have.
you have lost such a big piece of the pie in that TV revenue that everybody else is getting.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, you're just on the outside looking in, and that's a really hard thing to do. So I feel bad for those teams, but I'm glad they're enjoying their time in Vegas.
Okay. Headline, and I didn't read this story. Fans are furious over robot bartenders at the Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
You know, and I saw the bartenders. They've got about 8 arms, these robots. And I'm not sure, other than they're slow and they apparently are it's technology and people don't understand.
Okay.
And that's pretty much why they're upset for the most part.
Is this like the electronic robot bartenders they have in Las Vegas?
I don't know. I haven't seen robot bartenders.
Yeah, they have one in that Millennial Mile place right across from Bellagio, which I know you very rarely leave.
Very rarely.
And go outside, but you know, sometimes and
there he is.
And they've got that Cabo Wabo right there that's good for breakfast. And they have this bar there. They're really expensive drinks, but the robot pours it for you. It's
Really?
it's kind of cool. It's an experience, but
I haven't seen
it
it.
ain't worth it.
Now, when we were in St. Louis one time, they had a robot like waiter. So you didn't order from the robot, but the robot brought the food out.
There's a restaurant in Stone Oak that has one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
I found that fascinating. The problem is, it's like, then I got to reach down and grab my own plate and put it on the table.
And leave a tip. Of course, you've got to leave a tip.
What, a can of oil?
WD-40, here you go.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So
but
I
reach
think
down
it's
and
just
get your own
technology.
food.
Yeah.
The diva you are. Did you do it?
Oh, yeah, I was hungry. But it was kind of weird
Did
seeing
you
this
tip?
damn thing. I'm sure I did. See, look how slow that damn thing is.
Well, that's part of it. I mean, there are bartenders out there that are far better. And you know what you're not going to get is a strong pour from that guy.
No, you're not.
Which is unfortunate.
It's going to be
I mean,
right.
The bar owners
exact
probably
amount.
appreciate that, but the rest of us don't.
No, it's slow and it's no. So I'd be upset too. Can you imagine how long the beer lines are going to be with that dude serving?
I've always thought. Now, I don't run bars, although I spend a lot of time there.
You do.
I really wish there could be like a beer only line. And then if you want a mixed drink, you got your own line. Because nothing more frustrating than when you're waiting for, I need 2 beers. And the people in front of you are ordering things that take a while to make. I just need the beer line. I just want the beer line.
Well, when you open up your bar, you can have 2 lines.
I'm guessing it's not cost effective to have somebody just serving beer.
Well, probably not, because they make more money on alcohol.
Well, sure. But I just want a beer. I don't want to wait in line to see, somebody getting their mixed drink. A speedy service.
And you calling me a diva? Holy cow.
I mean, this is true. I mean, we all have our that, like, I don't want to reach down and have to get my own food off the tray.
Well, I don't think anybody, you don't have to be a diva not to want to do that.
Well, I mean, you're not a diva if you don't really want to wait in line.
I kind of want to, have somebody place it on the table.
Do you want them to fold your napkin up for you too?
As a matter of fact, yes. If I'm going out to dinner and I that's the whole point, isn't it? You want to be served.
You want that at home too. Let's not lie.
Well,
let's not lie. Let's not lie.
but it's better when
Do you
you're
like it
out.
when you get up to go to the restroom and you come back and they folded up your napkin?
I do like
Yeah.
that. Or it's on the back of the chair.
And they pull
Yeah.
your chair out for you as you
Nice.
return.
I don't really need that.
You
but,
sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Mhm.
But I do, I don't want to reach down to some little, stumpy robot and pull my.
The robot's now stumpy, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it. It's like R2D2 walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Little stumpy.
Little stumpy. Bill Belichick is joining Inside the NFL for the upcoming season.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I guess he's tired of babysitting, so he needs to get out of the house on occasion. Now, if anybody that's upset with Bill Belichick because he's dating a 2-year-old, I mean,
She's not 2.
Oh, she
is legal.
Yeah, she is.
She is legal.
I'm just saying. I applaud him.
You're just jealous.
No, I'm not jealous.
You sound jealous.
No, and I'll tell you why. I'm not jealous because that would be very different. I had nothing in common with a 20-something-year-old.
You don't know that.
No, I do know that.
Maybe she's got an old soul.
Maybe, right? No, I'm very happily married and love my wife. I'm just saying, if Belichick wants to date a 20-year-old,
she's not 20.
Whatever.
She's 24.
Okay, 24. She's a very attractive young lady.
Mm-hmm.
Props to Bill Belichick.
Yes.
You
sound jealous.
Modern technology. I'm happy for the guy.
You sound jealous.
I'm happy for the guy.
Are you?
He probably got tired of seeing Brady's, women falling out of his pocket all over the place.
Uh-huh.
So he went and got him a young lady.
Yeah.
Who obviously has grandpa issues.
Grandpa issues. Maybe she was raised by your grandpa.
Well, maybe. Props to Bill Belichick. Happy for him.
And he does have a new job, which is the point of this.
Is that what we were talking about?
He's going on Inside the NFL.
Yes.
Which is a big-time job.
It is. Inside the NFL.
It's one of those.
It used to be on HBO, right?
Yeah, it's one of those franchises, TV franchises. It's been around for years and years and years. Good straight football. He's going to do the Manning cast. He's going to be on McAfee once a week. For a guy that seemed to always hate the media while he was the head coach, he's certainly taken a lot of media jobs, and he's going to keep his name out there. So when there's a hiring cycle next year, he's going to be front and center.
And he'll probably get a job. I would, if he wants one. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it's Dallas.
I don't know.
I could see Jerry doing that. And I think that would be a big mistake, but I'm just saying.
Well, I think for any, I mean, boy, the age discrimination lawsuits are coming, but, anywhere he goes, it's going to be a short-term situation.
Right.
He doesn't have another 20-year run in him.
Maybe that's what that 24-year-old's thinking. Better get married quick. Hey.
Wow. You don't believe in true love?
I do, actually, yes.
You don't believe in true love?
I believe it, yes.
You don't think that it could, it's not just it's the term gold digger?
There's a song about that, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. What are you saying, Pledge?
I wasn't going to sing it, Pledge, if that's what you're worried about. No. But there is a song.
Could you
about
sing
a gold digger? I could. Yeah, I like that song, but it's not appropriate.
I'm glad that you caught yourself.
Yes. Is that Kanye West? Is that who it is? Yeah. Right?
Good for you.
It's a really catchy song, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. The Big 12 Media Days going on in Las Vegas. And Dion had some interesting things to say. And I tell you, the Big 12 it's still weird watching and seeing all the Big 12 stuff and not seeing news about Texas and Oklahoma and seeing all these traditional Pac-12 schools. I think once football starts, it'll be fine. But even though it's coming, for me, it's still kind of odd. Even though yeah, you know what I mean? It's just we'll hear from Dion coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house through the years. They put a spotlight over one of the grills outside, extra outlets in the garage because the builder never puts enough in there, dimmer lights in the living room. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whatever your project is, they have the right service at the right price, never a service charge, always free estimates. So if you need more USB ports added, you got a light that needs to move or it's always flickering, a fuse that's always going out, rework your entire office, whatever the project is, call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or go online at hill-electric.com.
94.1. Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Come to Generations Federal Credit Union for a great competitive rate on a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, pay off credit cards, renovate your home, and more. With flexible terms, fixed rates, and minimal closing costs. All with easy applications and fast local decisions. Apply today at Generations Federal Credit Union. Rates and terms subject to approval and may change without notice. Full terms and conditions at mygenfcu.org/homeequity. Equal housing lender.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 22nd and 23rd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas. More details and discounted rooms available online at sasportstar.com.
The Morning Huddle.
I know, like, the worst part of Canada, well, not the worst part, but I like the real desolate part is the middle. Saskatchewan's where Regina is. My old co-host's wife was from Regina, and it just led to countless jokes
It's
about.
not where you want to be from.
Well,
No.
you're spending your whole summer in Regina. There's worse places to be.
Well, we could just keep going, right? But that's.
It does have an odor to it.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Tomorrow morning at 6, Ride to Work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's The Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. We want you to join us in Las Vegas coming up in August. The 22nd through the 25th, the Blitz will be live out at Circa Las Vegas for the Ultimate Sports Weekend. Details on the contests and room discounts at Circa and the D available at sasportstar.com.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. You see that Paul Skeens? I think that's how you say his name. Skeens, pitcher for the Pirates.
Yeah.
Guy goes 7 innings today, no hitter, and he gets yanked. This guy's been incredible. You talk about a great year.
Yeah, he's having a hell.
He's not only a hell of a pitcher, he's dating Livy Dunn.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, made the announcement she's going back to LSU.
Yeah.
5th year.
More NIL money.
Well, and Livy Dunn in a nice little, what do you call those things? Leotards?
Uniform?
Is always a good thing.
We're going to start calling you Bill Belichick.
Wait.
I mean, how do you hammer Bill Belichick on one end and then you come back and say that?
Well, yeah, I'm not. I'm just saying she's easy to look at, and she's a gymnast, for goodness sake. You let your imagination take over there. So I'm just saying that I'm like a dog chasing a car. Okay? I told you that.
Yeah.
It's like, I doubt I'm going to catch you, and if I did, I wouldn't know what the hell to do with you.
But the effort would be there.
Sure. Yeah.
Whew.
That guy is having a hell of a year. It's too bad he plays for a crappy team.
You, in all fairness, you seem kind of pissed that he got yanked after 7.
Well, I am a little bit. I mean, and I get it. You know, no-hitters are still good things, but they happen more often than they used to.
Sure.
And so, and it, it's about the team, right? And you have to understand that it's not about individuals. So if the manager makes that call and thinks that you're toast,
it's all the analytics, isn't it?
I guess so. Anyway, good for him on all accounts. And good for us.
Stop.
I'm just saying.
You all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to talk Big 12 football?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
You want to talk LSU?
Well, they're not in the Big 12.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Could you actually talk LSU gymnastics?
No. Although.
Can you name another gymnast at another university?
No.
Okay.
And I'm sure there are several that are very Livy Dunn like.
Well, what does that mean?
Very.
Stop.
Very attractive. Let me just say that.
Didn't you just spend like 15 minutes trashing Belichick?
I did.
Yeah.
But I'm not dating her, nor would I, or could I, for that matter. But I'm just saying.
You don't know until you've tried.
And I didn't trash Bill Belichick.
Don't you think Bill Belichick thought he didn't have a chance? But you know what? He shot his shot.
Apparently he did. And he scored.
See?
He made that 3-pointer.
As long as he doesn't get one past the goalie, he'll be in good shape.
I'm not sure they're as fast as they once were when it comes to Bill Belichick.
I mean, if the net is empty, you never know.
Well, maybe.
I mean,
I could, dude. And I'll give Bill Belichick props, but can you imagine being a dad at, what is he, 74, 72?
I mean, we've seen actors like that. We've seen other older people, so-and-so is pregnant. Yeah, they're going to have to wheel me into graduation if I'm still here. But
if you're still there,
let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, let's go play some ball in the street. Roll me out there, son.
Says a guy who has 5 daughters, never got that opportunity.
I did.
You sound bitter.
I am.
You never had that chance.
Jeez.
I'm the same way. I never had that chance either.
I tried, though. I would throw the football to him, and then
you're frustrated as hell.
Yeah.
Take you to cheerleading practice. So I was going to drama. I got to play tonight. Great.
Cheerleading was expensive.
I'm glad you said expensive.
It was expensive.
All kids are expensive.
Well, true.
All kids are expensive. What are we
Props
going to talk
to
about?
Paul Skeens. I'm happy for him.
So, as we get ready for the football season, in all seriousness, is Deion Sanders and Shaduer Sanders accurate with their statements that they made yesterday at Big 12 Media Days there in Vegas? I mean, Shaduer Sanders said that every game they play, It's like the other team's Super Bowl.
I remember first media day when I was in HBCU, I said, well, we won't lose a game. I'm undefeated in the SWAC, so I already I would never want to be that guy, look back, and not being able to take advantage of the moment that we have right now.
And that's irritating a lot of people, that statement that Colorado is everybody's Super Bowl. Well, I don't have a problem with him saying it,
but in a way, I agree with him. I think he's right. I think Prime is right when he says my wins are judged differently than everybody else's.
Yeah, yes, I'm judged on a different scale. My wins are totally different than your wins. Your wins, you just judge in football. That's why I have to start out and give you education and academics and so forth. I have to give you those things so you understand there's a greater scope. I can't win 9 games and our GPA suffers. Our GPA can't be high, but we lose another 8 games. We can't not go and grab high school players and you got a bunch of guys that in the portal, out of the portal, that's getting incarcerated. My wins are different. We have to win in every area. That's the way we're judged. And I'm cool with that because we come a little different.
See, I'm not sure that I agree with Prime there. I mean, what college coach isn't judged on GPAs and
in all fairness to Shaduer, with the amount of attention that Colorado got last year, and taking over a team that won 1 game, 2 games the year before, now national TV, all the spotlight, everybody showing up because it's Colorado, it's Prime, the attention is there. So yeah, you want to go there and win. I agree with Sanders. Everybody else, there's a little bit more on that game because the spotlight is there. And I do think Deion is right, too, because some people question whether or not he truly is a coach, wanted to be a coach. Is he just a celebrity? Does he have the bona fides? Because quite honestly, most of us don't give a damn about the school's GPA if we're winning national championships, whether you're talking Texas or Baylor or Alabama. It's only you start looking at GPAs when you're looking to run a guy out of town. But I do think Deion is one of those coaches that people wonder, should he have the job that he has? Has he earned it the way some of the other coaches have? So I agree with both of them, yet they're both getting hammered for those comments.
I don't think anybody is questioning Deion Sanders and how his kids are doing in school, except for Deion Sanders.
Which is good.
And that's what sets him apart. And I've said this all along. I love the way he coaches because he makes those young men accountable. And he does. And he makes them go to school. And a lot of coaches don't do that. But as far as being judged, I think you hit the nail on the head. If Colorado, for whatever reason, goes 12-0 this year, nobody's going to give a damn what their GPA is.
Exactly. I mean,
they're not going to care.
You look at look at Baylor. Years ago with Art Briles, and he got them to lower the admission standards at Baylor, and they started winning a bunch of football games, and everything was great. Well, until it wasn't, because of other things that were going on there.
Yes.
And then you started looking at other things. As a fan, I mean, if you're being honest with yourself, and unless you're like, I don't know, the Vanderbilt guy or the Rice guy or whatever, you don't care about the GPA. Jeff Traylor can come and talk to us about what the GPA is at UTSA. Most of us don't care if you're winning.
No.
We don't. It looks good, and it's good for recruiting to say that. So, moms know, okay, when he goes there, he's going to have to go to school. But in reality, well, you don't care what the GPA is. I care about wins and losses.
That's exactly it. And now I think it's turning into how much am I going to get paid?
Well,
instead of, mom asking what's your school like? No, how much is my son going to get paid? And unfortunately, that's where we're going. And I think I will see a day in the not so distant future where you won't even have to go to school playing college football.
I don't know.
Why?
Well, they still have to be eligible.
Really? You think they check that?
Again, do we care unless you're losing and looking for a reason to get rid of a guy?
Of what I'm saying. Nobody gives a damn if they're eligible or not. And guess what? They're going to be.
In reality, there was a line last night in the new wide receiver series on Netflix that maybe should get more attention now that you bring it up that way, on the importance of actually going to class while you're in college, whether you're getting paid or not. Because Justin Jefferson, in one of the, I got through 3 episodes last night. At one of them, he's talking about his brothers. One was a quarterback at LSU. One was a safety. And, of course, he's a star wide receiver. And he literally said on Netflix last night, on the episode, they didn't pan out. So, they're living through me because I did. Right?
Uh-huh.
And it's just it underscoring the conversation that we're having now. That kid was quarterback at LSU. Not an NFL guy. Most of the guys in college football aren't going to make a lot of money playing football. So while you're there, you better go to class and at least get that degree and do something with the opportunity, whether you're getting paid or not. Because he's talking about his brothers, they didn't pan out.
Yeah, but now
they aren't a superstar like I am.
Justin's making a lot of money, and I'm sure that his brothers are saying, "Hey,
it's a good thing that they have that to latch on to."
Yeah,
because if not, they got to go get a real job.
They do. But again, it's turning into minor leagues, college football, NFL minor leagues.
But they still have the opportunity to get that education.
Well, they do.
Take advantage of it for sure.
We'll see.
We have to take advantage of our new city ambassador. That I don't know if Ron Nuremberg's sending him a check, a gift basket, some enchilada, whatever he's doing. I mean, but we got to get this guy a little bit more dialed in as he's promoting our great city. We'll explain coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, the first thing you ought to be touting is the big blind. I mean, you can't talk San Antonio unless you talk about the big blind, because it is the premier poker house in San Antonio. And it's not even close, by the way. I've been to several around town, and they don't even compare. Look, the big blind is from the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant. So, right there is going to be first class. Locally owned, locally operated. That is important. And they're doing all kinds of great stuff out there. And as you expect from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the food is fantastic. Drinks served directly to your table. TVs all over the place. And tonight, they have got what they are calling High Hands Escalator. It runs from 7 o'clock tonight until midnight, and that's basically what you see. So a high hand gets paid a certain amount for each hour. If you have the high hand at the 8 o'clock hour, you're going to win so much money, so on and so forth. They got $1,500 that they're going to be giving away. It is just a lot of fun to go to the big blind. You don't have to be an expert poker player to go in there. They've got tables for all abilities, and they will take care of you, and you will have a blast, and you want to get back in there. They also have blackjack, by the way. You can go in and play in the blackjack tournaments if that is your game. It is so much fun at the big blind. You need to get over there and check the place out. You know exactly where it is. It's right down from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, right there at 281 and Redland Road.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday, a very special morning huddle. Did Caitlin Clark pull 3 ESPYs? Yeah, we're going to talk about that and so much more.
Including, was Angel Reese able to keep her incredible double-double streak alive? We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll start at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give My Lowe's Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not a My Lowe's Rewards member? Join for free today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual back-to-school drive. Saturday, August 3rd from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-aged children. Only while supplies last, so don't be late. Saturday, August 3rd from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by Las Palapas, ProStar Home Care Services, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. 24 hours from right now in our studio, we're going to have an incredible band called Southern Avenue.
Southern Avenue.
And they're coming in studio. If you go to wherever you get your music from and type and start listening to them, they're a bit of Trombone Shorty, maybe a little bit of Revivalist. They're playing at Sam's Burger Joint tomorrow night. It's going to be a hell of a show. We're going to have those guys, guys and gals.
They're going to pregame with us tomorrow.
They're going to pregame with us tomorrow.
Nice.
Here on the Blitz.
Perfect. Looking forward to that. I like having bands in here.
It's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Especially fun bands. And kind of really behind the curtain on this. This is a band that I'm told can play. They'll play in front of 15, 20,000 one night headlining. And, then they might have a 300, 500 room venue the next as they're trying to break through and take that next step as a band. So my neighbor saw them headlining a festival in Salt Lake City a couple weeks ago and said, man, I saw this band this weekend. You would love them. Check them out. And then now they're playing at Sam's Burger Joint. So
perfect. Did he set that up?
Who, my neighbor?
Yeah.
No.
That's a coincidence.
No, he turned me on to them. And then I see that they're here and coming. And so I reach out to Sam's and they're like, yeah, man, you guys want to have them in studio? They're a lot of fun.
Absolutely. That's fun music.
It is.
It's just fun music.
It's going to be a fun time. If you start listening to them, if you do that today, get your tickets. And I think the entire station is going to Sam's Burger Joint tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Everybody but Pledge.
Pledge is not going?
I mean, no. we don't take Pledge in public. You know that. Do you want to go?
He can go to the Roo Pub. That's about it.
I mean, he can get into his car planning to go somewhere else, and it will just automatically take him to the Roo Pub.
Yeah.
That, and honestly, I always love your phone. You get in your car at a certain time, and it gives you where you normally go. And mine says Roo Pub.
Yeah.
On Saturday morning, about 10, if I get in my car, it says Tri-County, right? It knows where I'm going.
Yeah.
Your phone knows
it does.
Pledge, do you want to go tomorrow?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Well, you know what? You could be AJ Hoffman's +1 because I kind of laughed. I'm like AJ, do you need a +1? And he was like, well, let me see. He's got no friends here. So, call him and see if you could be the +1.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. Fun time.
It's going to be fun tomorrow.
Yeah.
Southern Avenue is the band. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, come out there and party with us.
Yes.
There you
can
go.
do that.
Yeah.
You know, and Neighbor Hal.
Neighbor Hal. Wow. I've met Neighbor Hal. You need to meet Neighbor Hal.
Do they sell White Claw ads?
I'm sure they do.
Sure.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure
the rest
they
of
do.
us will have beer.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, and then some.
Yes. Yeah, that's the great thing.
Did you tell them to bring their instruments?
Tomorrow?
How?
No, the band tomorrow.
I mean, we can.
We made a big deal about,
It'd be
Aaron and
fun.
them not bringing their instruments.
We did.
Yeah, but I mean, this band, with the keyboards and everything else going on, I don't know.
Well, maybe somebody just bring a harmonica.
A harmonica.
That everybody can sing.
All right, Pledge,
Perfect.
you're on the email chain. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of bands and things before. This, all right, we're coming in, our bus and our trailer, is there a place for us to park? How do it's like, yeah, you're fine. It's back parking lot.
Yes. That'll be fun. Looking forward to
So
that.
yeah, the instruments will all be in the trailer. We can have them set up, although our studio isn't big enough because the band is large. There's a lot of people.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be fun times. Anyway. All right. So text AJ and see if you could be a +1. What we're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about the newest ambassador to the city of San Antonio.
And I'm curious where all this recent love is coming from, one Brian Windhorst. Now, part of me a little pissed at Brian Windhorst because every time he talks lovely about San Antonio, he always mentions the close proximity to Austin.
I know, always.
So is he really more of an Austin guy? But since there's no NBA team there full time, just us 2 times a year, that, when he's here, he really is in Austin, but he'll come here for practice in the games and then goes back to Austin. But he does. This is a guy who, in the last 4 or 5 months, really is selling San Antonio as a destination.
One of the things he said was he had a conversation with Harrison Barnes, and he told him all kinds of things about, DeMar told him all kinds of things about living in San Antonio, and Barnes told him all kinds of things about living in Sacramento.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably too late to do a house swap, at least.
Yeah, I assume that DeMar unloaded his house. I'll tell you what, though, there's some nice houses in San Antonio, boy. There's, I find myself advocating for San Antonio over the last few months. I feel like, for years I was like, somebody's going to go to the Knicks. Somebody's going to go to the Knicks. And people were like, when is someone going to go to the Knicks? And I was like, maybe no one's going to go to the Knicks. Now I'm advocating for San Antonio. Like, who wants to go there and play with Victor? Who wants to go there and, live in a good climate and a great tax situation in a growing city? Somebody's going to go there. It sounds like Chris Paul and
We're
Harris.
going to need a Chamber of Commerce shirt for window here
I'm just
soon.
saying.
And listen, they've got velvet tacos down there too.
Please. That's not the selling point when
Not
it comes
at
to
all.
tacos in our
Buc-ee's,
town.
and they got velvet tacos,
I'm telling you, and they got barbecue. It's not a bad deal. Their arena's
and it's a very close drive to Austin.
their arena's a very close drive to nowhere.
It's across the street from a graveyard.
Is it
That
really?
true. And a golf course.
That is true.
A graveyard?
Yeah.
I don't.
You actually have to spend time over there. There's the Coke machine. There's
I know there's the Coke
machine, the Coke
plant, right?
Coke plant. There is a Coke machine in there, I'm sure.
I'm trying to visualize where the cemetery is. I know that Willow Springs is across the street.
You got to remember, he's always probably driving up Houston from downtown at the Marriott or the Hyatt. I'm going to guess Marriott points, right?
All right.
So if you're going up Houston Street, that cemetery that's over.
I'm still trying to because
you know it.
Coke plant over there, Willow Springs Golf Course.
Think Houston Street.
I love Willow Springs Golf Course.
It's
by the way,
not directly across the street, but you do go by that cemetery over there near like Alamo Brewery and all that in that area. It's been a long time since I've gone to the arena from Houston Street too, because that would not be. But if you're coming from downtown in a hotel, that's the way you would go.
All right, then. I don't usually go that way.
We call ourselves San Antonians, and it's a famous cemetery too.
Well, yeah, I don't know where most cemeteries are. Made Fort Sam. I know where that is.
Well, sure.
Right.
And I don't know what they're called either. Sunset, because we passed that
Right,
one on the
we
way to
passed
work.
that one right here. Yeah. Dan Cook.
The
out
old
there, by
city
the way.
cemetery is what Fred is calling. Is that's all it's called? Is just the old city cemetery? Does it not have a name?
Oh wow!
But you would know which one I'm talking
So it's
about.
on Houston Street going toward downtown.
If you're going from
arena.
downtown
Okay.
up Houston to get to the arena, which
Fair
would be a very different way than you've ever gone.
Yeah,
you would never go that way if you live here.
Never have I gone that way.
So you wouldn't think, oh yeah, you go by a cemetery on your way to the game.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's like the golf course reference. Because I love that golf course. It's been a long time since I played out there, but I like that golf course.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Good.
Yeah.
What was I going to tell you?
I don't know, Jason. What were you going to tell me?
Well, as much as I like Windhorst promoting San Antonio, I'm trying to figure out the why. Now this is a guy who's made his career initially starting with LeBron.
Right.
And then he's kind of followed LeBron, and now that's over. Is he going to now be assigned here? Is he trying to move here? Are those indications to like his boss, like, hey, you know where I want to be? Because that's going to be the next epicenter with Wemby and championships, and nice houses here. Has he been looking? The tax situation, compared to where he might live, climate's good. Is he planning to move here or here between here and Austin? Because every time he talks San Antonio, he mentions Austin, which I guess if you're, young, I don't know. I mean, Austin used to be cool. It did. I used to really enjoy going to Austin.
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
Well, I don't go for those reasons. If I go to Austin, it's for, something else. I don't go to 6th Street anymore. I used to go there all the time. And back in my younger day.
Well, even I was in Austin not long ago, went to a show, gone to a couple shows in Austin. You
I've
stay
done
there.
that, yeah.
You still do 6th Street because you kind of feel like you have to. Just the traffic and all the crap. And quite frankly, I don't know my way around Austin like I did at one point. Everything is outside of that one downtown area, which I don't enjoy. It's so different now.
Well, I've got some friends that live there, so every now and then we'll go up and see them. But Austin, I wouldn't want to live there, and I'm kind of like you. I thought I would at one point in time. But back to Windhorst, and I'd like to make fun of him, but he latched on to LeBron, and it helped his career.
Sure.
Well, guess what? You latch on now to Wemby, going to help your career.
And again, he spent so much time in France with Wemby before the draft.
Yeah.
Is he? And again, you say latched on. I mean, he was covering LeBron when LeBron was in high school. And
sure,
he had that relationship, and he's turned it into a career. But with that, he has turned into the guy at ESPN.
Smart guy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't blame him. But what's the angle for? But dude, Velvet Taco.
Yeah, dude. Please.
That might be your selling point when you're living wherever he calls home now. And I don't know where he technically lives, because he lives out of a suitcase for the majority of the year, but wherever he calls home at Velvet Taco, which, have you ever tried Velvet Taco?
Yes, I have.
I'm not a fan.
Not at all.
I mean, I like Torchy's tacos, but even Torchy's is, I like Torchy's, but it's not like the go-to. Like if I'm thinking I want tacos.
It's not like Dairy Queen. All right, let's admit it. Okay, come on.
Well, if I had to choose between Torchy's or Dairy Queen for tacos, it's Torchy's all day.
Stop it. Are you kidding me?
All day. Those shrimp tacos they have,
whatever.
They're fantastic. Their chips and queso's good. But Torchy's to me is just kind of one of those random if you trip in. I don't think, all right, where am I going to dinner tonight? Let's go to Torchy's. They opened up a Velvet. We went to that. It was awful. I'm not a fan of Velvet tacos at all. I don't get it.
I did the same thing. When they first opened, I said, I got to try this place out.
Yeah.
Haven't been back.
See, now Justin saying I lose my taco card because Torchy's is trash. See, it's not trash, but it's not an everyday thing. I can't tell you the last time I was there, but, they're gimmicky.
Well, and so is Velvet.
Yes.
I mean, just the name of that kind of like, Velvet. Velvet tacos. Liberace in there? Dairy Queen. All right.
Liberace reference.
Dairy Queen.
And they're taking my taco card?
Yeah. You think, you just don't think Velvet. I wonder how they came up with that name.
Well,
Velvet.
I don't know how they came up with the name, but I'm sure their story is on their website.
That sounds like an old Las Vegas, bar. They had velvet all over the place.
Okay.
Like
Like a
Frank
like
Sinatra.
a disco.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Elvis, AD says, yes, Elvis times.
Sure.
There was velvet on
Whatever the
seats.
case is.
Velvet.
That should not, but I guess for some people, that's a big deal.
Velvet.
Obviously, those guys on the podcast, because they don't know any better. And he threw in barbecue as if it was an afterthought.
Well, what I don't understand is, has that dude been here and is that his go-to whenever he's out of town? Let's see if they got a velvet taco place.
You know, when you travel around, you go to places, and if you find something you like,
well, sure,
and I'll make your head explode. When we used to go to Cowboys camp, or you're in LA, it was a treat to go to In-N-Out because you couldn't get it here. And In-N-Out to me in LA is a different burger than In-N-Out here. I don't care.
Sucks either way.
Well, again, you could say that, but it's one of those things. It's a regional. It was a regional thing. You could only get it there, and that kind of made it special, right? Del Taco is Taco Bell, but Del Taco is a California thing. I'm thinking about lunches at camp. I'm at camp. I don't want Burger King because I can get that anywhere, but In-N-Out or Del Taco, it used to be you can only get that there, so that's where you would go. And it's not good, but it's there. So somewhere that guy had a velvet taco, and he's in a city and they have one because he doesn't know what tacos really should be. Oh, that's one of his favorites.
I just wonder how he knew
like
there was
if you're down in Florida and you go to a Rally's Burger.
Is there more than one velvet taco in this town, or is there just the one?
I have no idea.
Well, I don't either.
I have no idea. I know where there's one at. I've been to it one time, and I'll never go again.
I am surprised the dude knew that we had a velvet taco here. I mean, is he looking on a map?
I don't know what Lloyd is saying. The best, always near a military base. What? Oh, Del Taco. Yeah.
I'd rather go to a Carl's Jr. than In-N-Out.
Okay.
Carl's Jr.'s solid burger.
They had great commercials, them and Hardee's.
Yeah.
For a long time, they had great commercials.
Not bad.
But you just refuse to go to In-N-Out.
It's overrated.
Well, it might be overrated, but it's still a good burger for what it is.
Sucks.
It doesn't suck.
It sucks.
It doesn't.
It's horrible.
I like a good In-N-Out every now and then.
I'm sure you do.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a velvet taco near the Pearl.
Oh, okay.
That's
All
what
right.
Fred said.
Well, I believe Fred.
And it sucks.
They're not good. I mean, it's gimmicky.
You know who won't be a future sponsor of this show?
Who? Velvet Taco or In-N-Out Burger.
No.
But Dairy Queen, we're waiting for you.
Really?
Yes. Best tacos ever.
Ever?
Well,
I mean,
they're in the list.
Again, if you're going to Dairy Queen, you're getting the steak finger basket.
You're getting tacos.
You're getting the dude, a belt buster. But
the belt busters are good too.
Even
by
then,
the way.
when I go thinking I want a burger, I get up to the counter, steak finger basket.
Yeah.
It just always happens.
Tacos.
I don't know about that. Ooh, Juan's got a good idea. We should come up with the Blitz Blizzard.
You know what I was trying to do when you were on vacation? Come up with a shot.
A shot?
A shot.
A shot.
A blitz shot.
A blitz shot.
Yeah. What would that be?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
We could call it that.
That's the
hot
newest
tour.
shot going around right now. And when I was on vacation, that became a craze.
It did.
I'm surprised it was teed up for you and you didn't come up with that.
The hot tour?
Yes.
That wasn't top of mind. I don't want to be thinking about somebody or me spitting on that thing.
I mean, think about it when you order it, though. I'd like the Hawk Tua.
Well, depends on the bartender, I guess.
There's jokes to be made there. Because what do you do once you get that drink? It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, my goodness. It's hot. It is hot, and it's been raining and all of that stuff. I mean, all the combination of stuff that can do damage to your roof is happening. The rain's coming down, the heat, all of that stuff. And, well, you want to make sure you get the number of a good roofer. And the only roofer I recommend is Stevens Roofing, because they are absolutely the best in the business. Been in business here in San Antonio and South Texas for a long time, and that only means one thing. They're doing it right, because you don't stay in business if you're not doing it right. Stevens Roofing is doing that. If you're in the market for repairs, a replacement roof, an upgrade, or you just want an inspection to make sure everything is okay, you want to work with that experienced team that brings local roots, value, and a vast knowledge of their craft to every job. That is Stevens Roofing. They provide roofing in both commercial and residential projects, wide variety of materials for all of South Texas. Stevens Roofing is the name you need to remember. The phone number you need to remember is 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net. Make sure that roof is up to par. Stevens Roofing will make sure it is. Call them, 210-785-0994.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? You've got an oil change coming up. You can go farther and save on full synthetic with our oil change special. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of STP full synthetic oil with an STP extended life oil filter for just $29.99. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 tests under high-load conditions versus API-SP test limits.
This is it. Shop the Lowe's Closeout event to get up to 70% off select major appliances for your home. Plus, get up to 60% off select patio furniture and accessories for your outdoor spaces. So hurry into your local store today, because these deals are too good to last. Shop them now before they're gone, because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out.
I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-5165. 800-499-5165. 800-499-5165.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
94.1 FM. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the U.S. Olympic team got a win last night. It was an exhibition win over Canada. Next up, they're going to go to Dubai and take on Australia. That's going to happen on Monday. Spurs preseason schedule announced today. They open things up October 7th. They'll do that in the Frost Bank Center against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then they get the Magic at home on October 9th. Jazz on the 12th, closing out the preseason on the road. 15th and 17th against the Heat and the Rockets.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Along with Joe Reinagel, I'm Jason Minix on a Thursday afternoon, debating burgers and tacos. It is amazing to me that the passion people have about their favorite burger chains.
Yeah, I guess, or they're just misguided. One of the two.
Well, see, you don't like one, and so you're misguided, right? And I don't like your Dairy Queen tacos, and not that I don't like them, but I've got a lot of taco options that I would go to before I go to Dairy Queen for tacos.
For crispy tacos, where else are you going for crispy tacos?
For crispy tacos, I mean, there's a lot of places for crispy tacos.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I don't know. I can go to 19 different places on Austin Highway alone.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, Thousand Oaks Cafe has great crispy tacos.
I'm sure they do.
You've had them.
I have had them, yes. They're great.
Teca Molina.
Yeah.
There's one on Riddiman and one on San Pedro. That place is fantastic.
Are they better than Dairy Queen?
Yes.
No.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I see. Here's the
Taco Bell and Dairy Queen tacos are the exact same.
Oh, wait a second.
If the sun
That's blasphemy.
The sun is down, I'm going to Jack in the Box.
That's blasphemy.
Yes, if I can get the Uber driver to go through. Right? It's one of those things. But old Matt Roy, see, this morning, Don Harris apparently called into the morning show to correct them on some Team USA basketball.
Okay.
That's what it says in our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube chat. Matt Roy is weighing in not on Team USA basketball, but on burgers. Matt Roy, who's from California, In-N-Out is better than Whataburger and Carl's. 100% factual. Joe is a hater. You're just a hater,
I'm
Joe.
a hater. Well, that's what everybody
just
says.
A hater.
That's what everybody says. But look, Matt's from California. That tells you everything you need to know about his taste in food. He's from there. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that holds no ground. Because
Right,
I think
wait a minute. It's okay for you to have a taste of home and go Whataburger, but it's not okay for Matt to have a taste of home and go In-N-Out.
Well, see, here's what happens if you grow up in California. You're brainwashed from the time you could, walk and say In-N-Out burger. It's the best. It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was hit with that his whole life. So I don't really blame Matt.
Okay.
I blame the culture in California.
California.
It's twisted. Yeah.
And if the guy from California was to say we've been brainwashed about Whataburger since the day we were born, you wouldn't hold the same argument there?
Well, it's not the same argument. Not at all.
It can be. We're brainwashed.
Not at all. Because, see, people in California, I don't think there is another burger that they like. It's all In-N-Out. So at least here I can say, look, I go to Big Boy or I can go to
Big Boy.
Burger Boy, whatever the hell.
How old are you? Big Boy?
Yes.
They went out with the 70s.
Was it Burger
Bob's?
Boy?
Bob's? Oh, you mean Burger Boy.
Burger Boy.
Have you ever been to Burger Boy?
I have.
When?
A couple weeks ago
Your
was my first
time.
trip. Yes.
You're 60 whatever years old and lost
delicious.
your burger boy virginity a week ago.
It was delicious.
It was. What did you get?
And quite fun.
Did you get the Bates or the Working Man?
I think it was the Working Man.
Did you get the Orange Freeze?
No.
Well, you haven't had Burger Boy then.
Oh, really? I got to have the Orange Freeze.
You got to have the Orange Freeze.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Their iced tea was delicious. That's what I had.
You got to get the Orange Freeze.
Okay, well, the burger was great.
And their monthly shakes are pretty good. They had a mint one not long ago with Oreos in it that was incredible.
Well, I'm not sure I'm going to be a regular there, but I mean.
How could you not be a regular there?
Well, there's not one close to me. This one was on 281
in Bitters?
Yes.
Yeah. That's close to you.
No, it's really not.
I mean, you can stop there on your way home pretty easily.
Yeah, but no.
Your fries would be gone before you get home, but the burger's still good.
Yeah, no, not going to do it. It was good.
I mean, you could actually sit in the restaurant and enjoy it.
I'll go back.
But
on my time when it's convenient for me. And I just happen to be over there in that area for some reason. I can't remember why, but
yeah,
it was delicious. But see,
that's
the thing. Texas people, we can make other choices. Californians, I think they get thrown in jail if you eat something other than In-N-Out burger.
See that now? See, you're wrong, because there is all the national burger chains are available in California.
You better not go there.
People are there.
You sure?
It's just
I bet they're tourists.
It's amazing. No, the tourists are at In-N-Out. It's amazing to me that no matter where you are in California, no matter what time, there's always a line at In-N-Out. That's the part that gets me. And there's another burger place, fast food burger place over by the training camp facility. I can't think of what it's called, but it's a pretty good burger too.
You know what they have over there? It's really good. The Lazy Dog. You ever eaten there?
At the Lazy Dog?
It's a restaurant kind of like Chili's, not Chili style, but it's got everything. Good cold beer. It's called the Lazy Dog.
I don't know that I've been
there. You haven't been there? Well, we're going to have to go.
I don't know that I've been there.
We're going to have to go to the Lazy Dog. Sam's Burger Joint.
Yeah. Sam's Burger Joint.
That's a damn good burger.
Yes, it is. Shane is saying Babe's Old Fashioned.
Yeah, Babe's is all right. Babe's is okay.
Babe's is good. You talk about not one near you.
No, there's not.
I mean,
it's kind of like the Five Guys, right? I don't. I've been there, but it's not close. And then what's that other place that's over there in the Rim that everybody loves? I've never been there, so I don't know if it's any good or not.
Hop Dottie?
Hop Dottie.
Hop Dottie's fantastic.
It's good?
Hop Dottie is a fantastic burger.
I haven't been there.
Well, you should get out some, Joe.
I need to.
I mean, we really, you got to understand Joe Reinagle.
I've walked by that place a million times. Just haven't been there.
A million times.
Give or take.
What's at 1604 in Blanco? There's a Hop Dottie at 1604 in Blanco?
There is?
Where?
In the Vineyard Shopping Center.
A Hop Dottie?
Mm-hmm. I go there all the time.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
There's one right next to you.
Well, that's not next to me. I'm closer to the one at the Rim.
Well, no, actually, I mean, by the time you drive from your place to the Rim, it's faster to go to Blanco.
I don't know.
There's a Hop Dottie in the Vineyard.
I didn't know that.
On the feeder, as you're going towards where you live, there's one right there on that side.
Over like by Mod Pizza?
Yeah.
Over there by J. Prime?
Yeah.
Really?
A Hop Dottie?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Over there by Stoneworks?
Yep, on that side of the... It's right there.
I've never seen it.
Now, I will tell you this. Over there by the PGA Superstore, you want a good crispy taco, as you described that area? There is a great taco spot over there. I can't think of what it's called, but it's a fantastic...
It's really good.
Taco Boulevard. That is a great taco.
All right.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sure.
Matt Roy thinks that you like your steaks medium well, too. You like shoe leather steaks?
He's confused.
But
I don't hold it against Matt. He's from California.
That's your comeback. Oh, you must like medium well steaks.
Yeah, he's from California, dude. You got to give him a break. A little slow, a little confused.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a medium rare guy, Matt. And no, I don't put ketchup or A1 sauce on my steak.
But you do want a chicken fried steak.
Yes.
Make it make sense.
Well, that's not a steak.
There it is in relation to Mod Pizza.
Okay.
Since it's called a steak, you are confused.
I drive by a Hop Dottie every day and didn't even know it was there.
Yep.
How about that? So you're going to go there now?
No. I like Hop Dottie. Well, let's say they're proud of their burgers.
Ah, okay. I will. I'll have to try it because I can't make a judgment. I haven't tried it. So.
See, now Nicholas is saying Diana's Burgers, which is fantastic.
Yes,
we've been there.
absolutely.
Chris Madrid's sisters. Biggs. Biggs has, AD
Biggs
says
good.
Biggs has a good jalapeno burger. They've got a good, it's not a bean burger, but it's got like one of those like chalupa chips in there with it's kind of like a bean burger, but that's a fantastic burger.
Yeah, it's the first time that at Biggs was the first time I ever tried a Yingling.
That's right.
I called you and I said, hey, they've got Yingling here on tap.
So let's drink.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Chester's is getting a vote. Cheesy Jane's. Man, I haven't been to Cheesy
Been
Jane's
a long
in
time.
forever.
Been a long time.
Mark's outing on East Commerce. Definitely. Good
Yeah,
burger places.
and not one person on here saying In and Out. You notice that?
Well, they're afraid you're going to get mad at them.
I'm not going to get mad at them.
You're going to get mad at them and yell at them in your old man voice.
Oh, I might.
You're going to say, get off my lawn with your In and Out.
It's just that people in Texas know good food.
Anthony says, remind Joe, he said this week he was going to eat at Fred's Fish Fry.
We need to. I don't know when, though. I mean, got to be at work early tomorrow. Work early on Monday.
Yeah.
Jeez. The hell are we going to get the Fred's Fish Fry?
I don't know that we will.
We need to.
Well, we're always going to need to. It's going to be the running joke.
You know you want to. You want me to bring in some Dairy Queen tacos for lunch tomorrow?
Sure.
I'll do that.
With a box of steak fingers and gravy.
And not happening.
So you're just a stubborn dude at this point.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, if you're going to Dairy Queen and you're going to buy lunch.
I'm buying tacos is what I said.
But if you're there, you might as well get them to get some steak fingers.
You see, I can count on Pledge because no matter what I bring this dude, he's going to eat it.
Unless there's onions on it.
Thankful. No, the chopped beef sandwiches I brought in today had onions. He just takes them off.
You brought in chopped beef for him
I
today?
did.
What am I, chopped liver?
Well, you'd already eaten, apparently.
How do you know that?
Even Greg Shelton had one.
Oh, really?
How about that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
You were in a meeting or something. I don't know.
Wait till I can't tell you what the meeting was about, but wait till you hear what this meeting was about.
Pledge it. See, there's some leftovers if you're hungry.
There?
There you go.
Nice.
So dig in, Minix.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you think I'm going to eat Pledge's dinner?
Poor Pledge.
I mean, I show up today and Pledge is like, hey, did you bring any of that chicken from last night? Did you have any leftovers?
Did you?
It looks so good.
I had leftovers. I did not bring them.
Why not?
There's a valid excuse.
A valid excuse. Well, I had a meeting this morning, so I left about 10, went to the meeting, and they would have been in my car for
I
too
got
long.
you. Okay.
So I didn't,
put them in an ice chest?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to leave them, like Rob Thompson shows up to work every day with a cooler purse looking thing.
It's a purse.
It really is.
It is a purse.
His lunch bag is a
purse.
A purse. It's yes, it's a lady bag.
Yes.
It's and no, I didn't think about that. So maybe I'll bring him some leftovers tomorrow.
What do you mean him?
Pledge.
Just him?
Oh, you want 2-day-old chicken?
No, probably not.
You're generally too good to eat leftovers.
No, I eat leftovers all the time.
Every time I show up with leftovers, you're like, yeah, I'm good. And Pledge devours it all. It's
Well,
like Shark
exactly.
Week all of a sudden.
I feel bad for Pledge.
Oh, but
Poor
it's
guy
okay for
doesn't
me to eat a sandwich right now?
It's not. It's from today.
Oh, well, yeah, but you gave it to him for dinner, but you just told me to eat it. You think I'm going to take food from the kid?
He offered.
He didn't really offer. I think he was just showing off that he's got dinner. There's a difference. He did not say, here, do you want this sandwich?
We got to take care of Pledge.
I'm not going to eat it.
Got to take care of Pledge.
He's 43 years old. At what point does he take care of himself?
If you or I don't take care of him, kid's going to starve to death.
This is true.
Yeah.
And you think 3 tacos are going to cut it for him?
Well, it's a start.
See, here's the thing. If you were to text Pledge tomorrow and say, I'm at Dairy Queen, I'm getting some tacos. You want some? And you're going to guess, yes, 2 orders, 6 tacos, and give me the 8-piece steak finger basket, a large fry, and a dilly bar. I mean, that's the text message.
Oh, that's what he would want.
That's what he would. That's just for him.
But see, I don't do that because I'm just bringing it. You can either eat it or not.
Yes.
And there's no special order.
See, you've learned. Like if I text Pledge and say I'm over at this place, what do you want? And all of a sudden,
you get a list.
See, I had that happen one time. I was in an Uber and we pull in. It's like, hey man, drive through. Go ahead and get yourself something. I swear I fed his whole family because he ordered 4 different meals. It was like $70 at a drive through at 2 a.m. And I did not care at that point. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, let me tell you what I'm really enjoying. It is my Connecticut quality water softener. Yeah, it's been in my house now for a couple of weeks, and boy, you can tell the difference right away. You really can. It's amazing, the difference in the quality of the water. Not only that, I've got a purified water system right there in my sink, and the coffee tastes better. Water tastes better. Everything just tastes better. I feel good when I get out of the shower. It is amazing because, here in San Antonio and South Texas, a water softener is a must. The water is hard. It can damage your appliances, all of that kind of stuff. And Connecticut is the absolute best. And the best part about it is you don't have to plug it in. There's nothing to plug in. It works when you need water, and it works right away. No buttons to push, no timers to set or reset, adjustments to make, and there's no increase in your electric bill. I love that about the Connecticut Quality Water Softener. And right now, the good folks at Connecticut Quality Water Softeners are going to put one in your house for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Let me say that again. 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. You can't beat a deal like that. If you've been thinking about a water softener, call my friends at Connecticut Quality Water Systems. The number to call is 656-PURE. That's 656-7873. You can also check them out at ConnecticutSA.com. They got a great jingle. You know what it is. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
94.1 FM.
Looking for a way to elevate your engine's performance? Start with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. It provides faster oil flow for hot and cold temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions. Regular use can help your engine run cleaner and longer by defending against sludge and buildup, improving overall engine performance and fuel efficiency while increasing the time between oil changes. Make the switch without slowing down. Feed your ride Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Available now at Napa locations nationwide.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 22nd and 23rd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas. More details and discounted rooms available online at sasportstar.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
Concerned about age-related macular degeneration, or AMD? If you're over 50, then you should be. AMD impacts as many as 1 in 10 Americans over 50, severely impacting your vision and robbing you of your ability to drive, read, and enjoy the vibrant beauty of life. Now, protecting your eyes is easier thanks to New Nordic's Blueberry Eye Supplements. Specifically formulated to improve eye health, New Nordic's Blueberry Eye Supplements not only protect your eyes, but help improve night vision, as well as helping to relieve eye fatigue caused by digital devices. Only New Nordic uses wild Swedish blueberries because of superior supplements, which are vital to eye function and health. New Nordic's Blueberry Eye Supplements are Scandinavia's #1 selling natural eye formula, but now you can find them at Amazon.com or NewNordicUSA.com. Enjoy healthy vision with New Nordic's Blueberry Eye Supplements. Available now at Amazon.com or NewNordicUSA.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Thursday afternoon.
It's a great Thursday afternoon. Hope everybody's having a great day. We're close to the weekend, man.
We are close to the weekend and close to being in Oxnard for Dallas Cowboys training camp. And it's interesting because for whatever reason, the ESPYs are tonight.
For whatever reason?
Well, why are they used to be, was it the day before the All-Star Game? Or the day after the day after the All-Star Game. Because, you know, before the WNBA, that was the one day on the sports calendar where there were nothing. There was nothing scheduled.
That's true.
So until I heard them talking about it this morning on the Morning Huddle, Rob and AJ, I didn't realize the ESPYs were tonight. I mean, I've seen stuff and all that, but just paying attention. All right. I always think of that as the thing to watch the day after the All-Star Game because there's nothing else on. Now, everybody's available.
Is that must-see TV for you? The ESPYs?
No. It never really has been. If I'm home and paying attention, the opening monologue is generally pretty good.
It's always pretty good.
But I'm going to see that on social. If there was a San Antonio connection, the year the Trinity guys for the Mississippi Miracle or Jay when they won the state championship in basketball on that. You know, when there's been those kind of San Antonio ties, I'll pay attention for that. But just in general, no, it's the whole red carpet and all that. I don't watch any award show, including the ESPYs.
Right. And you know, it's cool when you because you'll hear the Jim Valvano speech and Stuart Scott, probably his speech. And those were just fascinating, tear jerkers.
And both. They played a lot of that on July 4th.
Right.
You know, for the V Foundation.
Yeah. So but I'm kind of with you. If I happen to tune it in, I won't watch all of it. Maybe a segment or two. I don't know. It just never has been a thing that I look forward to watching.
I would say probably tonight with Receiver available on Netflix. And I've been watching a series on Apple TV called Presumed Innocence, and they drop a new episode once a week. So chances are I'm either watching Receiver or Presumed Innocence, or maybe a little of both, right?
I'll watch Evil tonight because they drop their next episode tonight.
So I probably won't watch the ESPYs.
No,
I'll
not.
see all the highlights that I need to see. I don't even know what the categories are, to be honest. So we'll see it. I don't know. See, now in a couple of weeks, they are going to have the NFL Top 100 from last year. See, and it will be interesting to see how that comes. I am more interested in that list and the debate that will come from it than I am the ESPYs tonight. And you say that because there are some people that really give a damn about that stuff. Some players will say they don't care. Others, they care. Like Micah Parsons. Where is he going to find himself on the NFL top 100 list? Because there's a list out today, and Micah Parsons is not at all happy about where he is considered in the NFL because he is considered the third best pass rusher in the NFL.
Well, yeah, and he wasn't happy about it. And he even tweeted out something to that. He said, most double-teamed player, but I have best pass rush percentage and most pressures. Saying production low, something not adding up. Now, that's from Micah Parsons, his tweet after this list came out, ranking him third. Now, what are you going to do? I know he wants to be number one. Maybe this will help him with his contract negotiation.
Well, I mean,
not sure.
I don't know. Jerry, dude, you're ranked number 3, man. You want to be paid like number 1?
Yeah, exactly.
And again, when lists like that come out, part of me appreciates somebody that says they want to be the best.
Sure.
Because I want them all to be the best. But when it's in your head like this, when somebody says something negative, can you be? You see what I mean? It's just like you'll keep that to yourself. Let that be your own motivation.
Absolutely.
Watching wide receiver last night on Netflix, St. Brown keeps a list that he looks at daily of all the receivers that were taken ahead of him in that draft. And he doesn't even need the list. He'll just name them. And my goodness, if I had the time, and I was kind of hoping somebody would do it, the list of the receivers that went in front of him, and that list was long.
Yeah.
Where are they now? Because there's a lot of guys on that list that were drafted ahead of him that I know are not in the league anymore.
It just back to Micah Parsons. Number 1 is Nick Bosa. Number 2 is Myles Garrett. Are you going to put Micah ahead of either one of those guys? No, is the answer. No, you're not.
No.
No.
And again, is he a defensive end or is he a linebacker?
Well,
now
he's a defensive end.
Now, maybe that's shedding a light on another problem, his response, that the Cowboys need to address, because Micah belongs in that conversation. And if he were ahead of one of those on a list, I don't think we would argue it either. Because anytime you have a list when you've got a couple, 3, 4, 5 great players, they are all there. Your order is to your specific liking or whatever your criteria is. But if he is the most double-teamed player in the NFL, is it because of his greatness or because the Dallas Cowboys don't really have somebody else that requires that kind of attention so teams can afford to double him on every play? I know DeMarcus Lawrence gets a lot of attention, but you can go one-on-one with him. You see what I mean? Is that more of a Cowboy structure problem, roster structure problem, that Mike is constantly getting double teamed? Is it a combination of, he's great and we got to double team him everywhere, but we can afford to do that because they don't have anybody else, so we can afford to do this?
Well, what does that say about DeMarcus Lawrence? I mean, that doesn't say a lot about him, does it, on the other side?
I think D-Law at one point in his career required all those double teams. At this point, does he? I don't know what the answer is. I'm throwing this spaghetti on the wall, but is that something the Cowboys have to look at when you look at just having more than one player that can get there? There was a time when DeMarcus Lawrence was getting all that attention, and what's his name, who ended up in Chicago, got all the sacks and all the attention, and we were all complaining about DeMarcus's sack numbers being down, yet we had another guy that got all kinds of sacks and then signed a free agent deal with the Bears.
Look, I just think that whether it's Dan Quinn's fault or we may never know the story, maybe, Micah wanted to do that, but maybe they should move this guy around a little bit. If he lines up in the same spot all the time, exactly, Micah's going to be there. We can take care of him here and move the kid around. He's quick enough, I think, to get there from just about anywhere. But I think you need to move him around, and we'll see if Mike Zimmer does that.
It's going to be, and I think that's one of the things that will be fun to watch when we get out to training camp in a couple weeks for our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage is, all the talk about contracts. Hopefully it won't go away, but it won't be the main story. What we see in practice, how Mike Zimmer is running that defense, I think is going to be pretty fascinating with the drills, with the looks, with the various lineups, the formations. Is Micah playing some linebacker, traditional linebacker, or is he basically going to be an edge rusher? I mean, those are some of the things that are going to be fascinating when we get out there.
Well, what's fascinating to me, and maybe he got stale, and I'm talking about Dan Quinn. But when Dan Quinn first got to the Cowboys, people raved at how he handled practice, how he got in there. He was in there with them, and the players loved him and everything else. And then all of a sudden, boy, you're a hero one day and a goat the next.
Yep.
And I don't mean goat in the good sense. And so, and that's what happened to Dan Quinn. And now Mike Zimmer comes in, and we'll see how much he changes things. But I find that fascinating, that Dan Quinn, because I'll never forget it. You were there as well. Everybody loved Quinn, loved the way he handled practice. The players loved him. Everybody rave. And then all of a sudden, well, it's Dan Quinn's fault.
Again, he was going to be the scapegoat, whether he got the job in Washington or not.
Yeah.
But when Leighton Vander Esch got hurt, that defense went downhill.
That hurt, yes.
And when Michael Lombardi told us in Las Vegas on Radio Row, Dan Quinn is great, but he's a 2-pitch pitcher.
Yep.
And once you figure out those pitches, you're going to hit them. So, he's that kind of pitcher like what we've seen today. You might have a no-hitter through 7, but you're not going to finish the game, right? Because when that next round through, we've got you figured out.
That's right. We'll see how Mike, we know he's a good defensive coordinator, obviously, but what changes is he going to make? I'm anxious to see what he does and what we see once we get out there.
Absolutely. We don't do it often, but getting a tweet from Christian Tovar wanting a shout out to the Lady Cartel 10 and under fast pitch softball team representing San Antonio in the South Zone Pony World Series in Louisiana. They're the first seed after going 3-0 so far.
Nice. Well, congratulations to them and best of luck.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go get them.
Go win a championship.
Yes.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. Coming up a little bit later on in the show, in just over an hour, we're going to give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market for grilling with the Blitz. So if you've done some grilling, you've got time to upload those photos to sasportstar.com for your chance to win that $50 gift card. And before you fire up that grill, you need to get into Tri-County Meat Market because they have everything you need to up your grilling game. Beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, and so much more. Beef ribs, pork ribs, cross cuts. You want to do a brisket, a tri-tip, a picanha. Their seasoned fajitas are incredible. The brisket burger. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect. And you could always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, which I do often. In fact, this week I've done some pork chops, some chicken. Last night I had some drumsticks that were part of the Pick 5 for $25. And they always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. 2 great locations on Ralph Air Road and on Huebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday, a very special morning huddle. Did Caitlin Clark pull 3 ESPYs? Yeah, we're going to talk about that and so much more.
Including, was Angel Reese able to keep her incredible double-double streak alive? We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll start at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give My Lowe's Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not a My Lowe's Rewards member? Join for free today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Do that, Alexa.
Alexa, play San Antonio Sports Star. I like doing that. You think it came on in anybody's house?
If your Alexa just popped on,
give us a listen.
Give us a call and tell us. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Joe wants to know if he has turned on your Alexa.
Yes, I do. Turn mine on all the time.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Every morning?
Tells me good morning, Joe. She's very kind.
You say, hey, Alexa, why is there a cement truck overturned at 281 and 1604?
No kidding. Apparently that's the case. And, well, according to Ken's 5, it happened at 2 o'clock. So I don't know if it's still shut down or not, but both lanes, both sides were shut down.
Both sides?
That's what it said. That's what the report said.
Wow.
That sucks. I hope you weren't caught up in that.
If that's still a nightmare, let us know before 6.
Please.
Because that will affect our commute home. Quite frankly, that's all that matters.
It is.
Not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's a Wurzbach Parkway kind of night.
It is. Well, pretty much. Wait a minute. He says cement truck full of concrete.
Well, what do you think it's full of?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it already dumped its load.
I mean, if the cement truck's full of something, don't you expect it to be cement?
Well, it could have been empty. It could have been coming back from a job empty.
So
didn't have to have cement in it.
So it could have just said a full cement truck.
It could have just said a cement truck. Yeah.
I mean, do you care if the load is full or not? I mean, it's not like they were, spinning beer in there.
Well, if it doesn't have any cement in there, it's not going to get all over the road. If it did, that could get all over the road, and that could cause another nightmare.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't think it can hold it?
Well, the road might be cemented over.
Really?
They'd have to break that up. Dude, there's all kinds of things. So I don't know if it was full of.
Well, what do you think it was going to be full of?
Nothing. Let me explain.
Please do.
See, a truck, it's got cement in it, right?
Uh-huh.
It's spinning and it's driving to a job.
Yes.
Where it lays that cement.
Yes.
Right? And then you would think the truck's empty.
Yes.
No cement in it. Empty with nothing in it. That makes sense?
Well, yeah, it's either empty or full.
Well, exactly.
Right?
Sure.
But what if it's partially full? Do you think they
Well, then he screwed they ordered too damn much cement then.
Well, I mean, have you ever done cement work at your house?
Yeah. Sure have.
The truck shows up. I don't know how much is in there. I just know it's out there and the guys are doing what they do with it and then they
got
leave.
Multiple jobs, you think?
Well, I mean,
a little cement here, a little cement over there, and more over there.
Knowing what I paid to put a sidewalk in and extend my patio, I'm guessing that, that guy, the guy that drives the truck doesn't do any work. Other guys do all the work, or at least the guy that showed up at my house. You got the guy that drives the truck and the general contractor guy that I hired to do the job. Chris, he was sitting out there and they just BS while all the other guys do the work.
Well, sure. Yeah. That's the way it goes.
And then, that guy was like, hey, we got to hurry up. I got to go somewhere else. Now he's either going to the bar or going to another job with the rest of the cement that was in the truck.
Well, you had a small job.
I mean, I extended the patio and put in a sidewalk.
Well, yeah, but that's not a lot.
I mean, when you're paying by the foot, it's a lot more than you think it is. There's a lot more than you might think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think, I'm just going to add in a sidewalk here. How much could that be?
A lot.
More than you think. But worth every penny.
Well, yeah, because I'd like to extend my back where the Traeger sits. I should have done it to begin with, but anyway,
well, you could do that.
Well, I could.
Although
the problem is
your
getting
setup
the
back
truck.
there. You could easily do like pavers or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be easier, and you could do it yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Just get those big pavers. You'd be fine.
Now explain that because I don't know what you're talking about.
Those big square-looking step things.
But then I'd have to step down. I don't want to step down.
What do you? Oh, so you want it even with the pool area?
Well, no, because the way the sidewalk goes, it goes around to the house. So I got about 6 feet on the side of the house where the Traeger sits. I'd like for that to be longer.
Oh, I see. So it's already on.
Yeah.
It's not late. It's not. You don't have it on the grass.
I'd like it to be longer.
Pledge, are you okay? You just found a new drop. I'd like it to be longer. Yeah. I mean, Pledge just lost himself over there.
He did.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Pledge would like it to be longer too, and so would you. It's a fighter, though.
So what you need is the extension added.
I would like a little more.
You get Jimmy Johnson
patio
on the phone and get some extends.
Yes.
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 Pledge is mean.
No, it's fine.
Well,
I mean, there's not a dude listening out there that couldn't say that.
Well, this is true.
He'd like it longer.
This is true.
Or the
now, why would you fart there, Pledge? Why would you fart there?
Because farts are funny. No matter what. They're funny.
Mm-hmm.
So Lloyd D says I made his Amazon Echo in the car go off to the radio station, even though I was listening to it over the R.
What?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think he meant the air.
The air. Okay, I got you. Well, good. Alexa, go to San Antonio Sports Star.
So is Lloyd saying you turned him off? You turned off Alexa?
I don't know. No. Well, I'm not sure exactly what Lloyd said. He's going to have to explain that.
All right.
I have no idea.
Ben Brasino agrees with you.
Yes, of course.
He would like it longer.
Every guy out there would. Unless you're Dirk Diggler.
So I'm learning about cement trucks today, as we all are. So let's pass along this information because we've got a very smart audience. Goldfinger says cement truck was full of concrete and driver turned it too sharp. Chances of it flipping if it's empty are slim.
Okay.
And then Juan says if the cement truck is empty, it's just a truck.
No, it's still a cement truck.
Well, no, it's just a truck right now, unless there's cement in it.
It's a truck designed to carry cement.
All right, but if a water truck,
it's still a water truck.
But you could put other things in it, right?
You could, but you're not putting a truck. What else are you going to put in there? Nothing.
I don't know. Are they not multi-purpose vehicles?
I don't think so. I really don't think.
I mean, you could fill a cement truck full of water. A lot of water goes in there.
What? Sure.
I mean, it's all water except for the cement.
And it's mixing as you drive.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
It's like a mobile bartender.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
How that spins.
J4 is lying. He said he's great with his length. Liar.
Yeah, some woman lied to you, J4. Oh, it's perfect.
That's what they all say. To you.
Well, exactly.
To their friends, it's another conversation.
Exactly right.
You know how that goes.
I guess I don't hear those conversations.
Thank God. Although with 5 daughters, I'm guessing at some point you did.
No. What? I didn't follow that. What do my 5 daughters have to do with that?
At some point. At some point, the girls are having a conversation that you're not a part of, but you're hearing. And you know what that you realize what they're saying about the guys behind your back.
Oh, I see.
You see what I mean? Like I'm sure you weren't talking about sizes with your daughters, but you've heard your daughters and their friends talking.
I have never heard my daughters or my friends talking about size. Okay. And I don't want to hear that at all.
You don't want to hear it, but
I've never heard that.
Girls are far worse than boys.
Yes, they can be.
Well, guys are ridiculous. When my niece was living with us, one of the funnest things that we would do is, drink, and then I would be swiping left and right, and the responses were incredible. She was never really on her app, but we had a lot of fun with that thing. Guys are idiots.
Yes,
guys are idiots.
We are. And I think most guys would agree with that statement. So especially when it comes to women.
Dominic's trying to confuse you, Joe. He says, so a beer truck 18-wheeler that doesn't have beer, is that just a truck or is it a beer truck?
It's a beer truck.
Yeah, but you could put sodas in there.
Well, you could.
It's just a cooler truck with a beer logo.
Right. Most of the time, beer is going to be in there. So it's a beer truck.
Well, I mean, you say that, but I mean, could just be a truck with advertising on the side of it.
Why would you do that if you're carrying Coke?
I mean, you go to a convenience store and you see the guy unloading and it might say, Miller Lite, yet you see other beers coming out of it.
So it makes it a beer truck.
All right, but
not
it's
a Miller Lite truck.
Well, all right, or the Pepsi truck. I mean, the sign on the truck doesn't necessarily mean that's what's in there.
It's still a beer truck. Primarily. Maybe it moonlights as a soda truck from time to time, but it's still a beer truck. This is not that hard, y'all.
It really isn't.
It's really not. I mean,
or is it?
Maybe it is.
Who's on first?
J4 says he'll take a polygraph. Dude, I believe you. If you're satisfied, and again, I'm good.
I mean, see, now J4 is saying some stereotypes are beneficial.
Okay.
And that may very well be true.
Yes.
But even the stereotype wants more, right? It's like nobody ever has enough money. Well, right? Does anybody ever have enough money?
No.
Right?
No.
So I don't care what stereotype you have, what you have right now. You always want more.
Well, I would pose that question to the female members of the audience. I mean, sometimes it might be more than
wow. I mean, but again, from the guy's perspective, that's all we care about, right?
Well,
I mean, there's a reason they call it a measuring contest.
Jason, I care about the woman. I want her to be comfortable.
Well, in your case,
that's what
it's
I
there.
tell myself. It's a fighter.
Hey, Raymond, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Joe and Jason? So, long-time listener, and I'm sorry to I called you for, but I want to know. So, you said a cement truck is not a cement truck if there's no cement in it. A water truck is not a water truck if there's no water in it. But is a fire truck still a fire truck if it's not on fire?
There you go.
Well, it's going to put out the
perfect
fire.
example. Not if it's just driving down the road. If there's no fire,
and not all fire trucks are the same size.
Well, it's true. That was a genius call.
I know. Sometimes it's just a good ladder truck.
Genius call, Raymond. Thank you for that. Talking some sense into these people.
So Renee wants to know if a shopping cart is or what if a homeless person is using the shopping cart as
a house?
Is it still a shopping cart or is it a mobile home?
Well, it's a stolen cart from Target. It's what it is.
Why does it got to be from Target?
Well, wherever.
Because the Walmart ones never have good wheels. That was the right answer.
Wobbly?
Yes. I mean, if you're going to steal a shopping cart to make it your own, you got to go to Target.
Yeah, I would say.
They got better carts.
Well, H-E-B's got good carts, too.
They do, but the structure at the Target one with the hard plastic around it, it just seems
I got
you. That would hold more if I'm thinking this is going to be...
That is a unique shopping cart,
where I'm
going
to be spending where all my worldly possessions are going to be. I want the better cart.
But the plastic can break.
I get another one. I know where they're at.
Well...
and the wires can rust.
Huh. Yeah, they can. They really can.
Lloyd says the show has officially gone off the rails.
Dude, you think?
Happened at 2:05.
Did it take that long?
I was going to say, was it really that long? It's been one of those days.
It's great.
It's
exactly. Summertime and it's Thursday.
Absolutely. And it's a day that we should all be celebrating in San Antonio.
Yes.
That's kind of gone unnoticed. We'll explain coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, what plans do you have for this evening? Well, if you don't have any, let me suggest you head out to the Golf Club of Texas because tonight they have what they are calling Loteria Night, right? They got food, they got drinks, they got music, they got prizes, drink specials out there, $4 Mexican candy shots, $4 Coronas, and $5 well tequila shots. That's all at the Golf Club of Texas. You're saying, hey, Joe, it's the Golf Club of Texas. Isn't that a golf course? Well, yeah, of course it is. A very good one, but they have other things out there for you to do. In fact, they've got the 10 Cup restaurant out there that you can take the family out to. The food is fantastic, and it's not going to break the bank to take your family out there to eat. But they have stuff like this going on every night at the Golf Club of Texas. And hey, while you're out there, you might as well make a tee time for this weekend because the golf course is fantastic. The improvements they have made out there are just unbelievable. Brand new golf cart paths going in out there. Zoysia grass has been planted out there, and it's just plush and fantastic. And not to mention, it's a great golf course to play. It is incredible. The Golf Club of Texas, if you haven't been out there lately, you have not been out there. Go check them out. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the 10 Cup, a round with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
Jane, I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's your good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
Woo! This is so fun! I can't wait to go home.
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, when you switch, you can keep your phone, and we'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device, credit, service, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Bourbon and Brews is heading south for the summer, but don't worry. We're now introducing Twin Peaks Tequila and Cervezas. It's a fiesta every Friday at Twin Peaks with samples of our favorite tequilas and cervezas all summer long. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual back-to-school drive. Saturday, August 3rd from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-aged children. Only while supplies last, so don't be late. Saturday, August 3rd from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by Las Palapas, ProStar Home Care Services, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs preseason schedule was announced today. They're going to open things up October 7th inside the Frost Bank Center against Oklahoma City. Then they get the Magic at home on October 9th, the Jazz on the 12th, and they'll close out the preseason on the road October 15th and 17th against the Heat and the Rockets. Well, the U.S. Olympic team got a win last night. It was an exhibition win over Canada. Up next for U.S., they play Australia in Dubai on Monday.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, the highest rated sports talk show in South Texas.
Absolutely.
And yes, that last segment was all about scoreboard. Sometimes you have to be smart enough to figure that out. Lots to get into in this hour. Although there's things in the news that just sometimes you see on Twitter and you go, what the? Southwest Airlines, Love Field today, not just South, but South. Apparently they had a whole bunch of people show up at the airport and they couldn't handle it.
Really?
People in the baggage lines for hours, missing their flight just to get through. Oh, what's going on up there? It wasn't delays, but apparently Dallas had a big convention that ended. And they all went to the airport
at the same time.
Well, even people are saying on Twitter that, on the news reports that I'm saying, I got here 2 hours early and I still got 2 hours in line and my plane's going to leave.
Wow.
I mean, it looks like a bleep show out there.
That's not good for Southwest Airlines.
No.
They already got their their hiney spanked for the computer thing a couple years ago?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I'm just what I'm seeing on Twitter. I'll read about it later, I suppose. And then, of course, everything going on in Houston with people without power.
Yeah.
Now, I know a couple of you have asked about our good friend Andy Kalu. I did get a text from Andy Kalu today. Finally, he is okay.
Good.
You want to know the hell that they're dealing with down there in Houston? He texted me at 11:38. All is well. We just don't have any power, internet, or cell phone reception.
Wow.
We only get texts and calls when we can get to certain spots outside of the neighborhood, but we're all safe, so no complaints there. Thanks for checking.
Wow.
Sorry it took so long to respond. I mean, that's what they're dealing with. And then KPRC in Houston tweeted out a story that I just frustrated in Fort Bend County. Someone pulled a gun on Centerpoint worker. Sheriff issued a warning. Like, we're at the point now, like, one, don't pull a gun on the guy that's going to fix your electricity until after, maybe. But you know what?
Until after?
Well, I mean, I mean, think about it. Get your job done first. Get me some power. I mean, the guy that works for the electric company, I don't know if he's to blame. He's there doing work, but is it to the point where the cop's like, yeah, dude, and I haven't read the article. That's just a headline on Twitter. Yeah, you probably shouldn't pull a gun. Normally we'd arrest you, but I get it. 4 days without AC, dude.
Well, I tell you what, and I like to give those folks the benefit of the doubt, but my gosh.
Well, I mean, all these electric companies.
You got to do better than that. And I know that CPS sent a bunch of people up there.
We sent like 40 people.
Yeah, to
now,
help out.
I don't know how many extra people we have to send down there, but 40 doesn't seem enough, right? You got 1 million, still more than 1 million people in Houston area without power.
Yeah, but that's not our problem. We're being good neighbors, helping the city of Houston or Centerpoint or whatever they're called.
I'm with you. So, although I would like to think that if that ever happened here, that I would
send 40 people down
here.
Hope
that they would send more than 40. What does it take to get the power back on?
Well, what happens if we have an emergency, an electrical emergency, while those 200 people are in Houston helping those folks?
Well, it was 40, but come on back.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right? I mean,
well, you're saying sending more, and so how many more should we send?
I don't know what the number is, but all I know is 4 days without air conditioning in the summertime.
Oh, miserable, especially in Houston. My gosh,
they got to do better than that. They've got to.
Houston's miserable.
It is. It is.
The humidity and the heat and everything. Yeah, it's terrible.
So we should have a very interesting conversation with the great John McClain coming up in about 10 minutes.
Well, hopefully he's got AC.
Hopefully, and power. I know he texted me on Monday, and he was good. He was actually supposed to leave for vacation Monday morning, but that got canceled. So, we'll get some updates from the general coming up here at about 5:15. Yeah. But, man, when you see, I mean, the headline, and I get the frustration. I mean,
oh, yeah.
4 days with no power. Frustrated in Fort Bend County. Someone pulled a gun. Sheriff issued a warning. Like, dude, I get it.
And it's not the workers' fault. Or they're doing the best that they can. You can't blame them.
Situations like this, and I'm certainly not one that's qualified to speak on this topic, but common sense, and that's, in Houston, do they have more than one power company? I think they've got a choice. Don't they have NRG? And they could do Centerpoint.
I have no idea.
Right? In San Antonio, we don't have an option.
We don't.
We've got one. So they can kind of do what they want.
Well, they can, but they're pretty good.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I've got no complaints with CPS, but my air conditioner works. I might say something completely different if I was without 4 days without air conditioning at this point. I mean, in with the technology that we have this in 2024, 4 days with the storm that you knew was coming for over a week.
Yeah, that's inexcusable.
Yeah,
in my mind. I mean, it really is. That's inexcusable. Come on.
So today is a big day for San Antonio that we should make a bigger deal of. And maybe next year on the 25th anniversary, we will.
Yes.
But 24 years ago today, the biggest decision in Spurs history was made. And Tim Duncan decided he was not going to Orlando. Now, I am not exactly sure why. We cannot find anything from KSAT, from Channel 4, from Ken's.
Damn those
from
people.
KBB. But we did find from a TV station in Western Michigan. Reporting on this decision on July 11th of the year 2000.
The San Antonio Spurs were worried that Tim Duncan would head east and join Grant Hill in Orlando to play for the Magic, but Duncan has decided that he would rather stay with the Spurs. Duncan is passing on a 6-year, $67 million deal in Orlando to remain a Spur, and today he tried to explain why.
Orlando had a lot to offer with down there, and had a good time and some great people down there. But I decided to stay here and keep going for another couple of years. And as we work it out and figure out what's going to happen, just hang around and play a little basketball.
I'm so happy you decided to hang around and play a little basketball. The one thing that catches my ear is the 6 years, $67 million.
6 years?
It sounds so inexpensive and cheap compared to today's salaries.
6 years, $67 million.
Can you imagine Tim Duncan now? He'd be making $300 million bucks.
You find that alarming. How do you think Tim's feeling right now as he's driving around San Antonio listening to us and he's going, 6 years, $67 million?
Yeah, that's what he turned down. Now, I can't remember what the Spurs paid him. I'm assuming they could pay him more than Orlando did. That was, still the same back then. But people have no idea how close Tim Duncan was. I mean, how close he was to leaving San Antonio and going to Orlando.
Yeah, because he re-signed with San Antonio, 3 years, $32.6 million. Now, granted, he made a lot of money playing for the Spurs.
No doubt.
But again, just hearing 6 years, $67 million, 3 years, $32 million. And I know that was top of the market money back then.
Was.
But that was only 24 years ago.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that has changed. Derek White just signed for over $100 million.
Yes.
Derek White.
Yeah.
$100 million.
Well, it's crazy. I just am so happy that, people made some mistakes in Orlando. And one of them was a coach who denies it, but he needs a statue erected here at the Frost Bank Center.
I don't know that we need a Doc Rivers statue.
We do
for his team rule.
He saved this franchise,
but it should be
by
a
being a donkey.
It should be a plaque. I think because that is a big story, and I mean, Doc Rivers used to play here.
He did.
Used to be a broadcaster here.
Yes,
but at the same time, maybe a plaque. I don't know if we don't have statues of Timmy or Pop or Tony or Manu or Ice. So that first statue can't be Doc Rivers.
Well, think about if Doc doesn't make that boneheaded mistake and Timmy goes to Orlando, Spurs may be sitting with one championship because they had already won the 99, obviously.
If Tim Duncan leaves, the Spurs might not be here.
Well, that's a very good point, too.
I mean, you talk about one championship. We might not have a franchise.
That is a really good point.
If Tim Duncan were to go to the Orlando Magic. The great John McClain joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, Stevens Roofing. That's a name you need to remember because, well, it's hot. It does a lot of damage to your roof. Plus the storms that we have popping up all over the place these days. All of that can take a toll on your roof. And so you want the best when it comes to the biggest investment you make. That, of course, is your house. And, well, your roof is arguably the most important part of that biggest investment. So Stevens Roofing, look, they stand head and shoulders above everybody. They've been in business here in San Antonio and South Texas for a long time, and you know what that means. I mean, that simply means that they are the best, and they've got a long list of very happy customers. You can be one of those too, because if you're in the market for repairs, a replacement roof, an upgrade, or you just want an inspection to make sure everything is okay, Stevens Roofing can do that as well. They do jobs in both commercial and residential. So if you've got a business that needs a roof, Stevens Roofing is the company for you, and of course your house as well. Give them a call at 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. But remember, Stevens Roofing, they are the best. When you need them, call them 210-785-0994.
San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, living here in San Antonio and South Texas, a water softener is almost a requirement. The water is hard. You know this. It affects your appliances and all of that kind of stuff. And the best water softener to buy is a Connecticut quality water softener. Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. They're made in America, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Got a simple design, fewer moving parts, and the best thing about it is there's nothing to plug in. And there won't be an increase in your electric bill. Connecticut quality water softeners are the best in the business, and right now they have got the best deal for you. Connecticut is going to let you try a quality water softener in your home for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Call them today. 656-PURE. That's 656-7873 or ConnecticutSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. Connecticut, the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you are a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you are a family member and needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Testosterone levels in men can start to decrease as early as 30 years old, and long-term health risks can be extremely damaging to your body. Rock's Discount Vitamins carries a variety of natural testosterone boosters that can immediately provide you with more energy, increase libido, increase metabolism, and improve your mood. Rock's Discount Vitamins natural testosterone boosters can even help you build muscle and lose weight faster. With 11 San Antonio locations, visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. Thanking God and South Texas for all the support.
The Morning Huddle.
What about a WPGA Pro? Is anybody?
The WPGA? I thought that was the LPGA. See, they're ladies that play golf.
Oh.
Not women.
Well,
ladies.
When I call women ladies,
No,
I call women's sports lady sports.
Only in
Everybody
golf
gets
are they
mad.
ladies. Now, if they're playing tennis, they hoes. I don't know. I mean,
No, I don't think they're tennis hoes. The HTPA, the Hose Tennis Pro Association. I've never heard of that.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jim Rowe. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. All of us with our friends down in Houston, you've checked on them.
Yep.
I heard from the great John McClain on Monday, so I thought he's in pretty good shape because we were texting, and he didn't go on the vacation he should have been. He joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line from, I don't know, a house without power and AC. What's going on, John?
Well, guys, I'm enjoying life without air for the last 5 days. It's like Mattress Mac told me this week. He said, I went over to his store to write and get some cool air. He said he didn't have power it isn't on me either. And he said, for 500,000 years, man got along without air conditioning. I think we can do it for a few days. You just got to keep a positive attitude. So every night when I'm sleeping in sweat, I think about Mattress Mac and the positive attitude. And then when I can't sleep and I get up and I move around and try to find a window with a little breeze, I think, man, this is great. I'm doing like my ancestors. And so it's just been wonderful. And now we hear that our company, Centerpoint, or Center Pointless, as a graffiti artist put on I-10 overpass, that they're telling us now it might be another 500,000 without power next week. So I'm just kicking back, relaxing, enjoying it, and getting ready for training camp next week.
John, I got to ask you, I mean, are they not giving you any kind of time frame that they may have this thing resolved and fixed? And why are they having so many problems?
There's another energy company that does Conroe and all the cities around it, and they print on their website exactly when each city is going to get taken care of. Centerpoint people, their website's terrible. Their app's terrible. They put bad information out. They ordered 5,000 trucks when they needed 12,500, so they were late with that. It's just like, you think after all the disasters that we have here, they would be better. But no, they put a map out that's confusing as hell. Anyway, I look at that map, I can't even tell where I live, much less an update on the progress. But my wife's leaving town in the morning. She's bailing on me, and she doesn't know this yet. But I'm headed over to the Houstonian, our finest resort, and I ain't coming out till we get power back.
Now, do they have power at the Houstonian?
A lot of places have power. My neighbors across the street have power.
Oh,
that's really frustrating when they're lit up at night like 4th of July, and our side is pitch black.
Okay,
Wow.
so it's interesting, and I understand the frustration. KPRC had a tweet earlier, and I don't have it in front of me, so I'm paraphrasing, but a man pulled a gun on a Centerpoint employee earlier, and the sheriff gave him a warning, like, dude, I get it, no air conditioning for a week. You just can't pull a gun on somebody, where normally that would be an automatic arrest. I mean, are frustration levels to that point for those of you who still without power?
There was with that one guy, and that was in Fort Bend County. And the sheriff said, we're not putting up with anything like that. But that's all these people that have come from other states to help. That's got to scare the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Thinking they're giving up their time and they're driving like crazy and they're coming here. It's not that they're not getting 2.25 million people back on. It's how bad Centerpoint's information is. And they still don't have their website up and running. And they said it'll be the end of July. It's undergoing a revamped site. And so they've got all kinds of excuses. And I feel bad for their VP of communication. They tried her out there. She doesn't have a clue when people ask her the tough questions. The media here, the Chronicle, KHOU, KTRK, all of them are doing a great job on coverage and holding their feet to the fire. But you know what? Do they care? Of course not. Nothing's going to happen to the people that run it.
Well, that's too bad, John. I really am sorry. I mean that sincerely. NRG Stadium had some damage to it with the hurricane. Is that going to be an issue for preseason or even regular season? Or do you think they'll have that repaired?
They say no. They had more problems when they had to move a Baltimore game after one of the hurricanes, because it had one side of the roof to the other side of the roof. Different panels were out. This time it's one hole. Ringling Brothers had to cancel their circus, and they've got, I think, Luke Bryan coming in for a concert. Don't know about that one yet. But since that's a one-nighter, they might be able to pull it off. But they'll have it done. They'll have it taken care of by the time the Texans need to play there.
You know, John, as we visit with John McClain from HoustonTexans.com, and obviously training camp starting soon, hopefully with air conditioning, staying with Houston in sports, I know the Astros, I took some criticism. I don't want to call it a black eye, but they were criticized for playing shortly, a day or so after the hurricane. And here I'm thinking, dude, the roof is closed. That's 3.5 hours in air conditioning for some of these people.
Our mayor got caught with his pants down because he said the George R. Brown Convention Center next door didn't have power, but Minute Maid Park did. And people pointed out, well, that's great for everybody that went there, just like you said. It was tremendous, 34,000. And then somebody else started tweeting pictures of George R. Brown. Not only was the power on, they were serving free food to people. And the mayor's like, oops.
Oh my gosh, what a mess! And I feel bad for everybody there in Houston. But hopefully,
well, we're gonna have more, Joe. We have hurricanes. We have weather gets so cold that, and then we have all kind of things that go on here. The Houston Chronicle had a great editorial yesterday about the natural disasters here, but then talk about the failings of the politicians and the business community and the builders and things like that, and what they could be doing, but it's not what they are doing. So we know there's something coming. I told my wife, I said, hurricane season doesn't end till November. What are the odds we're not going to get another one or two?
Well, that's what's so frustrating, John. I mean, it's not like a hurricane just pops up out of the clear blue sky. You kind of know something's coming, and you would think that these folks would have a plan in place to get something done.
I think they do, but their plan's kind of like the Three Stooges plans.
But it's a plan, nonetheless. John McClain from HoustonTexans.com here on the Blitz. When you think about training camp, which starts sooner because of the Hall of Fame game, did the hurricane affect anything that would affect the start of training camp? The practice bubble in good shape, air conditioning in the building is from a getting camp started on time. Will there be any delay there or any additional obstacles that D'Amico and the crew are going to have to deal with?
I haven't been over there lately since they've been gone, but they practice outside. The only time they go inside is if it's lightning. And sometimes they'll take the air out of the bubble and let it go down because if strong winds are coming. So I don't know if they did that on Monday or before when they knew the hurricane was coming at a Category 1. I always wonder, what if we had a Category 5? What would these people here at Centerpoint, if they can't handle a Cat 1, what would they do for a Cat 5? But the Texans D'Amico Ryans told me before they broke for vacation that he loves having the extra game because when you have 14 defensive free agents, 5 defensive draft choices, you've re-signed 5 of your defensive players, that's a lot of competition, and he welcomes that extra time to help him evaluate those players who come in on that side of the ball. Now, in offense, he'll never say this, but the only starting job they have open other than injuries is left guard, trying to see if Kenyon Green, left guard from A&M, number 1 pick 2 years ago, played as a rookie, missed all last season, if he's going to step in and hold it down like they hoped when they used that number 1 pick on him, or if he's going to turn out to be one of the biggest busts in franchise history. That's on offense. Then defense, they got 5 new cornerbacks that they've brought in to go with Derek Stingley Jr. and Desmond King, who's the slot corner. And they need 2 defensive tackles. But to me, who's going to play defensive tackle and how well is a big question mark in camp and preseason, because last year's starters, they traded one, Malik Collins, to the 49ers. We still don't know why. He started every game for 3 years, had 5 sacks last year. And the other one, Sheldon Rankins, was here 1 year, had a really good season. They offered a $2 million raise. Cincinnati got him for a $4 million raise. So they're going to have 2 new starting defensive tackles.
John, I've got to ask you a question because the NFL on Fox has just tweeted something out that our producer, James Pledger, is loving. And I want to ask you about this, too, because they're saying, and it's the rivalry, I think, that is starting to be renewed between the Cowboys and the Texans. Which offensive core would you prefer to have? C.J. Stroud, Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs, Dalton Schultz, or Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, C.D. Lamb, and Jake Ferguson?
Well, if I was doing it, of course, I'm partial to Stroud. And I think a lot of Cowboy fans would take Stroud in a heartbeat because they're so upset with Dak in the playoffs. And they also don't think he's worth $60 million. And everybody would take CeeDee Lamb over any receiver the Texans have. And as far as the tight ends, Ferguson started 1 year in place of Schultz, and Schultz played really well last year. So I haven't seen enough from Ferguson to know, but maybe because of Dak's experience. I mean, he was second in MVP. Stroud wasn't. He led the league in touchdown passes. Stroud didn't. You would take Prescott and Lamb, and Joe Mixon's coming off a 1,400-yard season catching and receiving. At this point in their careers, I think you'd take Mixon. And as far as Ferguson and Schultz, y'all may take Ferguson, I'd take Schultz. But overall, I guess you'd probably take the Cowboys because they won 12 games last year.
Yeah, I think Zeke just brings everything down in that area. I mean, you talk about 1,400 yards for Mixon. I think Zeke had 14. So I think when you're looking at the overall core, just the running back there, I mean, Zeke's production or Zeke's name?
Yeah,
what are we looking at right there? I think boy, that's some guy at Fox in their social department saying, boy, it's mid-July. What are we going to do?
Well, we're trying to
throw in the Cowboys and create engagement.
Little rivalry there.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all something, because I know this. Everybody I know is wondering, why didn't the Cowboys do something at running back? Whether it was, and I still think when a guy blows out his knee like Pollard, it's the second year back when he's at his best. And if that's the case, Tennessee made a really good signing. But I don't think Zeke Elliott is the answer to the Cowboys running game, which just puts more pressure on Dak in regular season and the playoffs. Are y'all surprised the Cowboys did not devote more, either financially or in the draft, to give them a back where you all go, aha, that's what Jerry was talking about?
Surprised and pissed, John, to answer your question, honestly. And trying to figure out Jerry's rhyme or reason, and Steven and Will McClay, when you think about a Derrick Henry that was available, I was okay with them moving on from Tony Pollard, the kind of money that he was going to command, but not the idea of not replacing him. Now, as we're sitting here on the 11th of July, and I've said this many times, the Cowboys' leading rusher is currently not on the roster. They like Rico Dowdell. He's been around for a while, but I don't know if he's the guy, and none of us will, but he'll have the opportunity. Deuce Vaughn certainly isn't the answer. And Zeke is great in short yardage, and that was a problem last year, but I don't think the Cowboys' leading rusher, as we sit today, is on the roster.
That's scary for a team that's hoping to go to the Super Bowl and is coming off a 12-win season.
Well,
thinking that, okay, you got to find one somewhere else. Can you imagine if they had signed Derrick Henry and every time they did play action with him, and you have Dak and you have Lamb and Ferguson, and how much that would help them to freeze everybody?
Yes.
There's nobody in running back that's going to cause any defensive player to hesitate if they see him doing a play fake.
Yeah, you're right. When I think about what the Cowboys might be doing, which who the hell knows, but Jerry has said this year that because of the contract that Dak is looking for and the amount of money that CD is going to get, that Dak is going to have to do more with less. If I'm giving you $60 million a year, Dak, I can't afford a running back, but if I'm giving you 60, you better give me the production of two people. And now you've got a pissed off wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb, who isn't going to show up on the first day of training camp if he doesn't have his new deal. His only leverage is the entire offense is built around me.
Yes.
That's his only leverage.
Well, he's going to get paid. He'll get his money. Dak's going to get his money. Then eventually everybody can worry about the playoffs. By the way, I will be in San Antonio, next weekend for the coaching school. I'm coming over there for the Gridiron Legends of Texas.
Nice.
And I'm hosting a panel in which I interview Mean Joe Green, greatest defensive tackle in history, Ken Houston, greatest strong safety in Houston, Wade Phillips, one of the greatest coaches in history, and UFL Coach of the Year, and Michael Bishop, the former star at Blinn, Kansas State, who played with the Patriots. I'll be interviewing those guys for about an hour, and I can't wait to come back to San Antonio. We'll be there on Sunday and then headed back Monday because I got to get back to camp, but I'm really looking forward to coming there.
Looking forward to having you here.
Yeah, and the coaching school is always a lot of fun. And you know the best part about San Antonio right now, John?
What?
Our air conditioner works.
Oh, that's cold-blooded.
That was cold-blooded, right?
Cold-blooded.
You can come sooner. I don't know why you're going to wait till
car.
next Sunday.
He's going to the Houstonian.
I'm in my car. I'm using my car to juice up my phone, and I got the air conditioner on. And then when I go back in the house, Carol's going to come out here and do the same thing as we take turns trying to deal with the heat and humidity.
John, I've known you a long time. I consider you a good friend. Your wife's a lovely lady. Why is she leaving town and leaving you at home? Why aren't you going with her?
We were supposed to both go on Tuesday morning. The airport was shut down. So I said, you know what? I was coming back on Sunday, and I said, I'll stay here because, when everything's out, you just can't take off. So she rescheduled. Now she's going to Chesapeake Bay in Maryland, just outside Annapolis. And drinking beer, living the life, and I'll be back here, hopefully, with the power back on at some point.
Hopefully, man.
Hopefully.
Your attitude towards this is far better than I think mine would be.
Go get some room service at the Houstonian and enjoy yourself, John.
Yeah, just remember, for 500,000 years, man lived with no electricity, so we ought to be able to do it for a few days, said Mattress Mac, who had his power.
Yeah, again, he's a positive guy.
Yeah.
But we've got things now like you remember a time with no microwaves, but you can't imagine living without that now.
That's the truth.
Yeah. Stay safe, man. Stay in the car. If you need to tell
Thanks,
your wife,
guys, I appreciate it as always.
If you need to tell the wife that we kept you on for an hour just so you can stay running the AC in the car, man, go ahead.
Yeah.
I've got the doors locked so she can't get in.
There you go. There you go.
Y'all.
Stay safe,
Thanks,
my
John.
friend. The great John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
You were getting a little irritated there talking Dallas Cowboys football.
Was I?
Yeah, I was like, wow, Jason's a little
what do you mean?
A little upset. That whole Super Bowl this year.
Dude, we're not talking about it. If they'd have signed Derrick Henry, we'd be talking about
Well,
it.
you didn't want Derrick Henry. Remember, he was too expensive.
Again, did I want him? Or was I saying what Jerry was going to do? No, it's not that I didn't want him. I knew Jerry was not going to spend that money because he told us.
Well,
and then his actions back that up.
Uh-huh.
Not having a real running back going into the season is kind of a problem.
You got Zeke. That's who Dak wanted his best buddy back.
Well,
Dak gets what Dak wants.
He's a hell of a blocker.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a hell of a blocker.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. Unless, of course, you're a guy in Houston, because it's understandable. Now, if you do that here, you're getting arrested. And then you're going to want to get out of jail fast. And the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential, and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're down in Corpus, up in Dallas, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday, a very special morning huddle. Did Caitlin Clark pull 3 ESPYs? Yeah, we're going to talk about that and so much more.
Including, was Angel Reese able to keep her incredible double-double streak alive? We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll start at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is it. Shop the Lowe's Closeout event to get up to 70% off select major appliances for your home. Plus, get up to 60% off select patio furniture and accessories for your outdoor spaces. So hurry into your local store today because these deals are too good to last. Shop them now before they're gone because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Joel, I'm proud to introduce my latest in-summer relaxation relief-cation. I call it the Quarter Moon Grill and Go. It's a stainless steel propane gas grill with this, a full-size urinal. If you're gonna grill and you gotta go, it's the Grill and Go.
Folks at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we fix plumbing and AC issues fast and at a fair price. 210-651-5899.
Grill and
go away, Nigel. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 88589E and 16004.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6, your early morning wake-up call on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. And I know next week on the Blitz, we'll get into a lot of various things to look for as we get ready to head to training camp, position groups. But that running back position, it really is going to be a problem, or seems to be like it could be a big problem for the Dallas Cowboys.
Leonard Fournette's available.
Leonard Fournette is available.
I don't think you need Fournette, though. I mean, we were talking about Fournette last year because of the short yardage. I don't think the Cowboys need anybody like that. And there's still some guys out there, but right now you're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to figure out, and like John said, what is the Cowboys' plan? Now,
I don't know if anybody knows.
Are they feeling like the year off C-Cat in New England will bring him back a little bit more refreshed? I mean, you look at him, he looks in shape, but there is something about most running backs not named Frank Gore. They hit 30 and they fall off a cliff.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe Rico has developed into kind of like what we said about Tony Pollard when it was the thunder and lightning with him and Zeke. Maybe they feel comfortable that Rico has taken that step. And again, we're unsure because we haven't seen it.
It's just.
And he did play well last year, and they've kept him around for a long time. Remember 2 years ago, all the talk about Malik Davis, and I was the one saying, dude, I think it's going to be Rico. And I thought it was Rico because they've kept him around because they like him. He just couldn't stay healthy. And he stayed healthy last year, and he played well. If he can stay healthy this year, could he be the guy? It sure as hell ain't Deuce Vaughn. We know that.
The gadget guy, you mean? It's
Yes.
not him?
Well,
dude, look, I think if you're looking at Rico Dowdle and you're looking at the rest of what Jerry is doing, I think the plan is pretty clear. He drafted these guys. You've got these young players, and now it's time to see what they can do. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. That's why I think Rico will be the guy. He may not be the opening day starter. That may be Zeke, but I think Rico gets the majority of the carries. But I think that's Jerry's plan. And judging by what they have not done this year, they've got guys on the roster that they have drafted. It's time for them to step up, and I think that's exactly what they're doing. They weren't active in free agency, which they're not typically. But I think it's Jerry saying, "Look, hey, we got these young guys. It's time for them to poop or get off the pot, so to speak."
Now, the other side of that too is there is the very real possibility of one of the guys from the UFL that, and you might, all right. But I mean, there were some talented backs in that league.
Sure.
And again,
they weren't in the NFL for a reason.
They weren't in the NFL for a reason. And that league is full of guys that weren't in the NFL for a reason, whether it be injuries or situations, money. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. But in one of the things I will say, though, when you judge the guys in the UFL, and I'll go back to stuff that I learned from Mike Riley when we had the Commanders. Offensive line's a big part of that. So you're looking at not just what a guy's production is, because they've got to have an offensive line that can block, but are all the other things there that pass the eye test that coaches are looking for. And I'm sure that the league, there's a couple of backs there that will get an opportunity. And, in Dallas, it could be a starter. Other teams, it might be a backup kind of situation. And there are some teams that are running back heavy that will they make cuts, and are the Cowboys planning? And my guess is that would be plan A is, you've got some guys where, okay, they're heavy here, and here. They're not going to keep that many running backs, so he should become available, which is a crappy plan to have.
Well, it's a horrible plan to have. Or the Cowboys bring in Zeke. You've got Rico, and they think their running back room is set. And until something happens, if one of those guys gets hurt, I'm not sure they do anything. I really believe that Jerry thinks he's got a team he's going to put out on the field. That's the way it's going to be, and we're going to roll with that. And that's what it appears Jerry's plan is for this season.
It's now the one equation that we haven't really talked about. I mean, because even like a Dalvin Cook there are some running backs that are still available, and running back really is one of those positions. If you're one of those guys, you're not showing up at the beginning of training camp. You can get there 2 weeks before, and you're going to be fine.
Sure,
it's one of those kind of positions.
They're going to stay in shape.
Yeah. There are all those guys. I'm not worried about any of those guys that are trying to get an NFL job not being in shape, but I don't know that they need the training camp reps. The vet move kind of stuff. So there are some veteran guys that are available, although none of them are ones that you would get excited about to a degree. Although Dalvin Cook also had a year off essentially last year with the Jets, so
couldn't get on the field.
He couldn't get on the field.
So I'm not sure that that's a viable option. Just because he's a name, he's in the same situation as Zeke Elliott, basically.
Yeah, and Leonard Fournette,
exactly,
and all the others, but. The idea maybe the Cowboys have some sort of trade that they've been working on, and once you get into camp, there could be something there.
Yeah,
I have a hard time believing that what the Cowboys currently have at running back is going to be the backfield that they have at the end of the season. I just don't see it. I truly believe the team's leading rusher currently is not on the roster.
Well, that just adds to the drama of what we're going to see in Oxnard. I just think Jerry just kind of threw his hands up and said, "Hey, we've done our job. We've drafted these guys. It's time for them to go out and prove that they can get it done. I mean, you got a couple of wide receivers that he drafted that haven't showed anything yet, and especially in Jalen Tolbert. It's time for him to step up. Yep. He's got to do something, right? He's got to be that third guy. Brandon Cooks didn't have that great of a year last year.
Came on strong.
He needs to step up. You don't know about CD Lamb. I mean, how long is he going to be out? And how long will that linger on before that's taken care of? Dak Prescott, if he has to play and he's not under contract. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to get taken care of, and we're coming down to the wire on a lot of that stuff.
And honestly, I mean, when Jerry said that Dak might have to do more with less, and I keep saying, and I've said it forever, at Jerry's age, I don't see him blowing up and starting over and paying all these guys this kind of money, right? You're not going to have an expensive receiver and an expensive Micah Parsons and an expensive quarterback and not try to field a successful team. Now, I realize when you pay all those guys and you add in a Diggs contract and some of the other large deals that they have, the challenge is getting the other guys, the other 40 whatever guys that are capable of having a Super Bowl caliber team, right? I don't know how you do it, but if we start the year a no Dak contract and CD is no contract, then I guess I will have to say, well, maybe Jerry is letting this thing finish it out and pay off the credit debt. Dave Ramsey will be happy. It's a rice and beans and rice kind of year, and then start over. I just don't see that happening with an owner in his 80s who wants to win before he's dead.
You say he wants to win. I'm not sure sometimes, although
I know he wants to win, but his actions make you question it.
Exactly right. He had a team on the field last year that was capable of doing it, capable of making that run, maybe not to the Super Bowl, but certainly a long playoff run, and they didn't get it done. And I really believe that Jerry's like, all right, we'll see what we got now, and we're going to move forward. And maybe you make your quarterback play. Maybe it's Dak who doesn't want to be there. Maybe Dak is saying, I'm done. I want to go see what life is like on the other side of the fence.
You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We'll let you know what's going on this weekend to help you make a plan. Brought to you by our friends at Sam's Burger Joint. Go to samsburgerjoint.com. You can see their entire schedule, get your tickets, the menu. Tonight they got Jarrett Ray Reddick on stage. Tomorrow night, Southern Avenue, great band out of Memphis. They're going to be in studio with us tomorrow at 3:30, and then I think the whole crew is going to Sam's Burger Joint tomorrow.
Absolutely. Come and have a party with us.
Absolutely. Saturday night, Blood Red Sky, a tribute to U2, and they are fantastic.
We saw them at Sam's Burger Joint. Yeah.
Absolutely. SamsBurgerJoint.com to get your tickets. Come hang out with us tomorrow at the Southern Avenue show.
No question about it. Hey, tonight out of Green Hall, you got Michael Monroe Goodman. At the Moody Center is Cage the Elephant.
Nice.
Paper Tiger. You know who that is?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Cage the Elephant.
Yeah.
It's a band?
Yes. Keep going, sir.
What kind of music is that?
You're embarrassing yourself.
I guess. I've never heard of them. Paper Tiger has Bloodbath. And the Missions are playing tonight against the Amarillo Sod Poodles out at the Wolf.
Carson Jeffrey will be at Flora's Country Store on Friday night. Gary P. Nunn out at Green Hall. The Boeing Tech Port. I'm not sure what this is. What is furry fighting? Oh, that's Fury. You wrote furry. Like there's a Vegas convention going on out there. So the Furry Fighting Championship 92 happening at the Tech Port. River City Cluster Dog Show is happening at the Freeman Coliseum.
Nice.
Is it?
Well, no.
Holy cow. New Kids on the Block at Germania Insurance Amphitheater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're not new anymore. The circus is in town. Left Houston. They found air conditioning in the Alamo Dome. And Brian Callen is at LOL Comedy Club, and the Missions continue their homestand against the Sod Poodles.
And, of course, Saturday night, the circus continues. Silverado, formerly Mike and the Moon Pies, are out at Green Hall. I wonder why they changed their name.
Legal
the
issues.
Silverado.
we got to be legal this year.
Maybe.
Did Mike leave the band?
Mike and the Moon Pies, maybe so.
Wasn't that Mike McClure's band? No? Oh.
Aztec Theater has Eclipse. It's a tribute to Journey. Floor's Country Store on Saturday night. John Wolfe is out there. And let's see, the Rock Box has got Broadway Rave playing out there. And the Frog and the Bandit at 502 Bar.
Really?
Yeah.
The Frog and the Bandit?
Both together again.
Wow. Dina Carter, remember her?
Yes.
Yeah, she's playing Green Hall on Sunday. Circus is in town. And the Missions and Son Poodles are still playing out at the Wolf on Sunday night. How about that?
Man, they got to be tired by now.
You
been playing for 3 days.
They tend to do that. It is baseball, sir. It is baseball. What's on Tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint, online at samsburgerjoint.com.
Grilling with the Blitz, presented by Tri-County Meat Market.
Boy, a lot of you did. A lot of you did some great grilling over the weekend, July 4th weekend. Well, all kinds of options. A lot of ribs, got some poppers.
Oh, some good stuff.
Guy submitted some pollo asada chicken. I did some chicken last night. I did pollo asada chicken last night. That was fantastic. But
we wouldn't know. You didn't bring any for us.
Well, you knew because it was on my social. I just didn't bring any for you.
I saw the picture, but I don't know if it's good or not.
Oh, it was good.
Well, I don't know that.
Well,
Pledge doesn't know that.
I'll bring some tomorrow.
That's 2 days left over, man.
Pledge will eat it.
Yeah, he'll eat it.
Pledge will eat the leftovers from July 4th at this point.
Yeah, you can keep it in the refrigerator over the weekend and then bring it in Monday.
Congrats to Johnny. He did some dino ribs and a brisket.
That looks fantastic, too. Well done, my friend.
Yes, as he describes it, the best meat on the cow, and he did them both.
Wow.
Congratulations, Johnny. You win yourself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market, Stephen Road location. If you're doing some grilling, make sure you upload those photos. You know you're taking pictures and putting them on Instagram and Facebook, and put them on the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com for your chance to win a $50 gift card.
Those were really good. Those dino ribs look fantastic.
They do.
Wow.
They look fantastic. Although, according to you, unless you get to eat it, you don't really know if it was good.
Well, I just saw something, man, that is not good. Monty Kiffin passed away.
Oh.
In Oxnard today. He was 84 years old. Just Jane Slater just sent that out.
That is sad news.
That's sad news. Monty Kiffin.
Fun guy to be around.
Apparently, he was in Oxnard. I guess he was living there. Or Oxford, it says. Sorry about that. I got Oxnard on the brain.
Yeah, Oxford, which I think is...
That's too bad.
Said he passed away peacefully.
Yep, no, that's good.
Yep. Well, what a way to end the show.
Yeah, well, you got to give the news.
Yep. Southern Avenue, the band in studio tomorrow. Plus, we'll talk Cowboys with John Machota from The Athletic. Extra innings with Pledge. You doing a show today? Coming up next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, before we go away, though.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Here we go. Before we go away, I want to tell you about Parkhurst New Vision. Love the folks at Parkhurst.